Yes, good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Let me welcome you to this another episode of the Saudi Press Show. And let me first apologize for the late start. We had some technical difficulties. However, we overcome them, and so we are here now to start the show. Again, bless up to each and everyone. Remember, this is the Saudi Press Show, and as Mr. Lee would have said, you don't know where this show will carry you. So you have to ensure that you stay tuned and you would join. If it is that this is your first time joining, make sure that you subscribe so you can share in the chat and have our discussion going. And wherever you are, just make sure say you're tuning in. All right, so subscribe, like, and share because tonight is one episode that I'm sure if you miss it live, you're gonna find it difficult to even watch by the replay because you're gonna miss the real interaction. And I want you to be there. Of course, Mr. Lee, it's a long, long time. What's up? Desiree, greetings. Big up yourself, Vivian. You're there. Good to be here, Des. All right. Bless up yourself. So, guess what, people? Without any further ado, Mr. Lee, good night. My co host for a long time. And tonight, I must
Yes,
say,
man.
boy, I'm going to switch on the screen. I'll switch on the screen for one reason because this is father and son. All right. So, the father must present himself first before the son. I don't think you ever have this football chat, father and son, anywhere on YouTube. So Saudi Pressure always have put some things out there for the very first time. And I must beat them up. It's the Whittikers, not the Whittiker, Whittikers. But they can call them Whittiker anyway you want. One name. So Patrick Velvet Whittiker,
Yes,
welcome to
sir.
the
Yes,
show.
sir. Good night.
And I also want to welcome Allien, Bussy Whittiker, former under 20 goalkeeper. I think he was some other goalkeeper too, but I'm going to leave that for now. Big up on yourself. Blessed and welcome to this Request show. But see, say your
Yes.
company show you late because this should have been the first YouTube show your company. But anyway, that's how the thing said. After you have a start. Welcome, my boss.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, blessings, and Sally, and
Yes, man.
everybody there
Yeah,
watching.
First father and son duo, you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
man, for
man.
real. So,
It's gonna, it's
again, I
gonna be,
want to big up everybody out there.
it's gonna be a cracker tonight.
Yeah, man. So we're
All
gonna
right.
start off, because the scene are in the house and I know it's getting late. I don't want to say boy I'm not keeping late because in past certain years, but as much as he's I know he's a senior, but he's well young and up and ready. And he's waiting for a show like this for a very long time. So let me hear him and I want him to introduce himself, because I don't want to miss out anything. So Mr. Patrick Whittaker, aka Velvet. Tell us who is Patrick Whittaker?
Patrick Whittiker is a simple man, a simple youth who born and growing for the same as I am. You know, I was, they were signed from I was about 12 years of age. When I was 12 years of age, I wasn't an ordinary 12 years of age. No. I was playing amongst the best, the biggest of men, my bigger brothers, and have to just watch me playing with these guys. Where it's from then I was discovered as a star,
Mhm.
So I went to VA Technical. I got a scholarship. I went to VA Technical. Mr. Charlie Learman, because I used to play cricket. I was even
Oh,
better at cricket. Most people think I'm better at cricket. I went to VA to play cricket.
okay.
After they selected about 35 were the best, more running cricketers. Travis Truman and Lance Gibson, Weather, and Derek Hatton was involved,
Mhm.
That is Foodie.
Yes.
So, and George Iran, and another guy, Mark Neat and Mike and Macklin was involved.
All I know is me no rap beer tech.
Those times I was about 13, 14.
What year is that Velvet? What year?
I think it's 79.
Okay.
So that's where I got a scholarship and go here. A lot of school did want more than what I chose here because the tradition.
Okay.
But
And where were you
it,
living
it,
at that time?
yeah, it come with a lot of trivial, man. A lot of trivial. Yeah. Sometimes you just wonder why the road is so rough. But as I say, what I didn't do, I think Allien did it, 'Cause those were my aspirations. But
Okay.
the gatekeepers were mean, man. The gatekeepers used to, it was even worse than now. The same concept I see going on, where it's really start where development gets retarded,
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm a very talented person. Cricket, music, you name it. So might be I got too much. Yeah, so when I'm
So
in the
Patrick,
music, when I'm in the
hey,
football, I'll come out of the football and go in the music. When I'm in the music, and the back and forth. So it happened that you get stagnant because they're not settled, But it was just through a survival thing. Because,
yes. Once you have a talent, you have to use them.
yeah,
But
yeah,
let me ask you though. Let me
yeah.
ask you. I hear football, I hear cricket, I hear music. Where it
Yes, sir.
started as it relates to football.
Football.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? It?
I think it started at cross Allien.
Okay.
And as I say, I wasn't any ordinary 12-year-old, you know.
Yes.
And I used to play for Palmer's Cross United with Ian Harris and Calliston Man. That time I was in grade 6, but there were certain things about me as a youth who people used to admire. I never used to do much with the ball as a young man. I used to watch players on the television and see that they don't do much with the ball.
Yeah.
But not knowing why they are not doing much with the ball, now I realize it's just to play in a particular shape. So maybe it was a disguise and a virtue. It was really a disguise.
Wow.
I didn't know really why I play so simple. But I did have skill, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't use a lot of skill. And football, each position have a language, a body language. The defender don't do a lot. The midfielder, a lot rumblers, forward, So if you give me 11 people, I can just throw a ball out there and know where to position every man because it has a language, man.
Okay.
So the
Nice.
defender play a particular way, and it has a language where that is lacking now. Those discovery talent is lacking now.
Mm-hmm.
Because people tend to, as a coach, you have to be spiritual. Yeah,
Okay.
you have to can connect with people and that paradigm. You have to harness talent. It's not an easy job. And during my time, I never used an assistant coach. Never.
Is that
I am
so?
the only man because when you associate, they disassociate. These assistant coaches. So
All
I
right.
find out that from a young age.
How I hold it right there, Velvet. How I because that's a long story. I see Bussy can't wait for coming now because you know where you are
Yeah,
going.
man.
But let me hear it. Ali, it's your time. Tell us who Bussy is. As a lot of people don't know you.
All right, so where to start? A lot. I think I am a mirror of my father.
Mhm.
Yeah, simple, easygoing.
You have to say,
Grow
you
humble.
have, I'm sorry if you got to, but you have to say it so right now, 'cause
Yeah, man. Grow humble. Same place down Hazard Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, down at Hazard Drive that I don't go Palmer's Cross side between Dampy, Unspin, and Palmer's Cross, right now like a circle. Yeah, go Hazard Basic School, come up, Mapen Primary. Play my first competition at age 8 in the clan, the summer league that John Green used to have, or should I say Sir John Green.
Surgeon Green, you have
Yeah,
to give it to.
yeah, he used to have on a West Park. So I used to play for a church team in my place, original Hazard United Bridging. So the first time I play in a game, I can remember I play left back and we get 10-1 from strikers. That time it's a plumber team. Black them and whole I just had an all-star team.
Yes.
Yeah. Start playing Mapen Primary. At Mapen Primary, my father was my first coach. Yeah. But I must make mention of Mr. Bob Manning. Mr. Manning was the first person who actually said, all right, put the non-kicking foot here in order to kick the ball. But separate and apart from that, my father said I had coach with 2 hours brother. Yeah, man, I have a brother named Ruben Whittiker, man, Benny, dangerous, talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the very low key, you know,
Okay.
very low key. But him very talented. 2 hours start off from Mapen Primary. Yeah, and then we'd have some issues with the common entrance at the time. So my mother did have to go overseas. I don't know, go seek a better life. Miss Sharon Medley, big up my mother, I love her dearly.
Yeah, man. Big up, big up.
Yeah. So she did have to go overseas. So you know, most of the time you travel, you can't carry a youth then because of whatever reason. Yeah. But you know, my mother would always come back from when it's coming, you know. So I think she did end up move with the birth certificate then based on knowledge. So me never get to take common entrance. So the brother did go cross all age. And him do a year across all age. Me end up doing another year Mapen Primary. Then I go Garvey by default. And as I said, by default is that I was supposed to go Clarendon College. No, I was supposed to go Clarendon College because a lot of people don't know that Garvey is where I started off in terms of my transition where football is concerned, from junior to senior in terms of primary and high school.
Yes.
So I go Garvey, why I say by default, because I never do the common entrance. Father that try to get to a Clarendon College.
Okay.
So when I went up to Clarendon College, Jackie Walters went away to Brazil with this. The first time Simons came to Jamaica. And we saw Labra. May Labra soul rest in peace. I saw Labra.
Yeah, man. Big up
Labra said Jackie Walters gone with the Brazil national team of Brazil. I'm supposed to come back. Same time my father get the job at Garvey in 95. Yeah, so I saw come now, my brother end up go Garvey.
Yeah.
Right? When I go Garvey now, I spend basically a year and a half, first and second for my Garvey. Play against Clarendon College 2 years in a row. Lose semi-final 2 years in a row. After the second semi-final, actually start as a sweeper. So I go Garvey now, that's when the goalkeeping come into play. Yeah, it was a play a teachers versus under 16 game. And the staff never have any goalkeeper. Mr. Oret Wallace, I think him and the principal for 4 guy now. He was a track and field coach.
Yes.
He said, coach boy going at goal. He said, coach boy going at goal. And that said the rest is history. Yeah, so that's where the transition come from sweeper to goalkeeper.
All right, before me send it to me, allow Mr. Lee because there's some interesting thing and I know Mr. Lee want to get this over a long time. He want to get it off his chest if I want to put it like that.
And
Mr. Lee.
get off chest, man. Because very much interested, especially where Gavi is concerned. Because me a past students in a way. And more than get to hear a lot about the man still and in transition from Garvey to CC. Yeah, man, I like to know how that went down and everything. But Velvet,
yes, sir.
Touch upon you first still. I mean, I listen to your story, your whole story and thing, and you say it sound like you're a man of much talent. Cricket, football, and you can sing too.
Yes,
so
sir.
Or you get the name Velvet?
Well, it's just through some body language thing. I'm always a labor person.
At what age did you get that name?
From a tender years, man. From about 9, 10,
Oh yeah?
Yeah, man. From about 9, 10, when I play football, as I said, I never used to do a lot with the ball. So, and I used to patronize Donovan Ray. So they used to call me Che. So that's where this coolness comes in.
Okay.
So I try to figure out where the velvet fit in,
Yeah, and then the music thing again, I sing with a very smooth tone, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So at a very early age, you say you represent Veer technical in the D
Yeah,
Cup, right? You'd have won a
yeah,
champion. You'd have
yeah,
won a D Cup
and
with them, no?
yeah. Well, you know, I'm the only guy who is not on that picture, you know. And it's caused to the same people them where I head the football right now in Jamaica. Like, man, I don't. These people just stick on me, man.
So you never play for Veer Velvet.
Yeah, I play. That's why I say I'll involve Wilson and them man. The man they win the cup and never play again.
Yeah, but what year was the last time Veer won the D Cup?
1980 man. I was on that team and I played 9 games and when it reached quarter final, the president for the FA and him friend them pushed me out. You know, I'm carrying them like a friend.
Okay, I got it now.
You know, so you
Okay.
know, and from then on, brethren, hey man, be a karate kick. You
Right.
know, and these people just kill talent. For example, I youth like Bussy, that because it's my son. Well, you can't have a man who keep two World Cup in your country. You're not utilizing. And it comes from those long times. It's the same thing the man passed on to my son, where he just sad, you know, and they don't even have a plan of action for themselves. They don't have a plan of action, man.
All right, so that's a part of the Jamaican politics when it comes to football. But Velvet, what me I say now? I say so
Yes, sir.
from transition as a player, then as a young player from Veer, whatever happened, but then you never finished the season in 1980. That's the last time Veer would have won the D Cup, right?
Yes, sir.
So how did you transition into coaching now? How did you go about transitioning into coaching? So
Well,
to speak, so you get to even start Coach Garvey in 1995, right? That was the first
yeah,
coaching job. That was the first
yes,
coaching
sir.
job.
Yes, sir.
So how did that come
Not
about?
definitely no. My first coaching job was at Glenmore. Man, a guy named Ian Harris, Dino. Respect to that man, you know.
Dina,
He
yeah.
he 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 gave me the opportunity to express myself, and I did because I used to imitate back because as a man who coached me, I used to imitate him, but then I start to add my thing with that philosophy, and it just becomes what it is, man, and what it was.
Right. So that's all. So you left from Glenmure now. I end up at Garvey in 1995 as a
Yeah,
coach.
in 1995. Yeah, yeah. I think we and Ian Harris, Dino, we were the first person who took Glenmore to the final, and we were the one who won Ben Francis for Glenmore for the first time.
Yeah.
Nobody, we are unsung heroes, man. But it's only that guy has a level of temperament that he don't take crap, you know. So he don't really stay long much anywhere we go or
Right. So
anywhere we went, you
so
know.
from so
But
from Glenmure now you then transition over to Garvey in 1995.
well, then I go to Garvey myself because after me and him, we both coach Leeds United down at there
Mm-hmm.
in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So we keep that team together and until I just branch out because things wasn't really running the way I wanted to run because I realized that I'm coaching the team. And when they touch all half time, you can't talk. So we went to the national stadium to play Boys Town. And I saw back under the tunnel and say, what are you doing Velvet for yourself? And I said, I'm assistant to this man, you know. So we are do. Who coach and me coach, you know. Go look at the team for yourself. So I think about it and I went and took up original Assad,
Oh yeah.
you know,
As the head coach as that.
as the head coach. Yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Very talented. Those rejection that Portmore, those guys that Portmore leave out, I just take them and synchronize them, and it was trouble, man. And from then I discovered that I have certain things about me that a lot of guys don't have, you know.
So
And
but
it's I'm not bragging. I'm not a braggart, you know, but Garvey Master is my discovery, man.
so you end up at Garvey in 95, right?
Yes, sir.
With all those talent you have, you don't have the talent of Franco, Ray Graham,
Muslim.
Yeah.
Muslim.
Yeah,
All those
Palmer.
talent team you have during that time at Garvey Master. Oh, you know one in D Cup, man.
I tell you a thing, that team didn't have any depth because if I did have that team a year before, but as I say, the support base when you touch certain part of the condition, you have two people down there, some guys down there who through you can manipulate me. I can't pass quarterfinal, man. When I reach certain stage, I'm on my own. And it was like a suffering from insanity because these people keep doing things the same way and expect a different result every year. When I touch certain part of the competition, I'm on my own, man. I have to go look support for my boys, man.
So I try to understand Velvet. Where you say the support wasn't there then? Because you have one of
What?
you have one of the most talented team in the Clarendon still now, the most talented youth them, with the likes
No,
of
but
Franco and
I
Graham.
show you a thing now. It's when the coaching school boys, when you
Yeah,
reach a certain level.
yeah.
Because where we did well 95, we have a very good support base. To
Right.
take the guys' their mind to another level. Because it's about the mind, The motivation was not there.
But
And they were
the support
aware
was
of
there.
what I was going through as a coach. That's not good. Cannot be good for players, man.
No, what am I saying
They
now?
were they were they were so aware of what I was going through.
So Velvet, where I say the support wasn't there for you as a coach. That's what you're saying?
Never.
But the support was there for the
95, we have some guys in Bantam them come in and spend the money.
yeah. I would have heard
And
about it.
that's why the team was so successful.
Yeah.
So the support base man was very, very naughty, man. It's sad. People turn their backs, man. We waiting and people got food money to go and buy food for the guys, man. You don't see at least people till the next 2 or 3 days.
You're
So
joking, Velvet.
you know that the Calalo, I didn't know Calalo could be stink. The man them lock up the Calalo in them car until the Calalo get stink. When they want me chunk and take out the things, them man, it's rude, man. Those were the things I went through. When I went there, the first game they want to go and buy some. I hear a man say go buy 11 yellow shirts out at the market and 2 t-shirts and a marker. They're gonna use those were the things I went to. I went into, and I made those changes, man.
So you
Nobody
said
know about these people.
so you said there was no gears to playing. You got to go get some regular shots and make your own gears. That's what you're saying.
Sir, these people want to use mark the number
Jaja.
and
Without
and
that,
and,
without that
and
talent, man.
18 yellow, 18 white t-shirt. And I said, listen me, that's when I get Peter Ebert involved now. The Sport Plus guy, because he know me from Whittiker, he was a Santos player. So that's when I get Peter Ebert involved through Bant and them. But man, after that, man, it's down the hill, man. Slope down, no support, man. I have to ride after a guy used to ride and go around to Butcherscott, go look some orange juice for the guys, the man come back. It was hell, man. It was hell, man. It's a turmoil, man. They just push me out.
How long you spent you stay down there and coach Velvet?
Well, I'm in and out because the people always say, we want back velvet, we want back velvet. So when they push me away, and it's all because of manipulation. They want to manipulate me. You employ me as a coach. When I fail, push me away. But don't try to tell me what to do and who to play. You cannot do that. You can't try them things with me. So I start to get pure karate kick. You know what I mean? But if I did have the support, I win the league long. Many times. Many times, man.
Yeah, man. And I know Velvet. 'Cause right now, as it is right now, as a past student, and you have other groups where support, cause me and my crew cause we say Garvey Master Alliance, we're a former local crew, and for the past 4 years we've been supporting the team. You know what I mean? Give a lot support to youth them one-on-one, and me understand where I come from because the support thing go a far away.
Of course.
And it take a lot.
Hey,
It take
you
a
know
lot.
this.
It take
You
a
know
lot
Mac
for run it.
Nelly. You know Mac Nelly.
Yeah, man.
Those guys cry for me, man. They come down there and say they want to spend their money, and it's Velvet have to be coaching the team. The man them say not over them dead body. Means the people them say not two men. They say not over them dead body. I can't come back in the school. And I've been wondering what have I done to these people. Up to this day, I've been wondering. I just cannot stop talking about these things, you know, man.
So I guess you have a bad experience, Velvet.
Hey, man.
Very, very bad experience.
Hey, man. It's sad, man.
But when we can contest to still Velvet, and you know, like me say, for the past 4 years, I've get involved with the program and a lot of support. 2021 when we won the D Cup, and this past D Cup we won, we play a big part as far as supporting the youth them. And when I think when we get to realize support go far away, because when I can deal with the youth them one-on-one and provide certain little things for them and motivate them, that's what win championship. So we kind of understand where I come from.
No,
and
man,
then based on what you're saying now in Volvo, now me understand why your two sons end up at Klein College.
All right. Stick up in.
You know what I mean?
Stick up in there.
Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense.
Stick up in there.
What you're saying.
Just stick up in there for me.
I mean, that's one question I want to ask you tonight. I said, how you are coaching a guy and your two sons play at Klein College? But
all right.
based on what you just said, still kind of answer me.
Hey, listen, man. I have my two sons them down there, and the principal said to give them lunch. Man, and take away and kids them spoon and plate, and I see where there is a better program in Klein, not because I'm a coach. There's a better program in Klein, and I'm looking the best thing for my kids. Knowing what I'm going through, I don't want my kids them coming to that, man.
So Velvet,
So that's
as
why
I thought about that. Sorry to cut you, but if you were still at Garvey, were you at Garvey when you sent Bussy and them guys to Clarendon?
It pained my heart, but I did.
You were there at the time?
Yes, sir.
He was the coach, man.
And I just want to know.
All right.
And it's not something that I would. But when I look, I see that there's a better program. And I'm looking for the best thing for my kids.
Let me hear the person who benefited, no?
Yeah, and what I'm going through down there, it was ahead. I say I don't want my kids them come to this.
Okay.
So I took it upon my head and said, listen me. I was washing some clothes and them come over there, over the house where I am. And said, Daddy not carry me to Klein College, man. I get up. I just get up from leave everything what I'm doing. I just say, let's go, man. So Mr. Porsche asked me the same question where you asked me a while ago. Why you are such a good coach? Why you want your son to come? But you have to be true, man. Football is still a favorite game, you know. Why? It manifests who you are. It's a manifestation game. If you're mean, you don't want to let go this ball. If you're, if you're intelligent, you know what I mean? So it manifests who you are, man.
Okay.
That's why I love this game. It's my favorite game, man.
Let me take in one of the men who benefited from that transition, Mr. Lee.
Totally understand still where you're coming from, still, Velvet. Honestly.
I get a scenario.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I played a big role in that movement, and I go into the
In what movement?
So, in the movements, because the father actually gave us that option in a sense. So
you mean the transition from Garvey to Clarendon College?
Yeah, because even though he played, we couldn't go Garvey at CC if he doesn't go. So I remember saying my the father. So if him said you can go, you can go.
Right.
So he made the decision, but at the same time, I played a pivotal role in that decision. All right. So when I play, I know funny enough, let me backtrack a bit. When him coach at Mapen Primary, that's my first title. Yeah. So my father coached me to my first title at Mapen Primary. That time I have a youth captain Mapen Primary named Shelton. Brown Shelton is a play for CC. Kevrel Stewart, man. Yeah, man, he used to play for CC right back and he used to coach with Jackie Walters when I year too.
Okay.
He started playing from about first farm, man. So he was the captain, right? So we play CC in the finals. And one of the biggest match we see on West Park to date. And we give CC 2 love, Mapen Primary. Yeah, that team they play some a caliber ball where some people say, no, this is not a primary school team. The lady from Crimson say, them have to give you an extra set of jersey because the team I remind me of the pellet team, the barefoot team, right? When we went on to Garvey, we played CC in a semi-final again, losing a penalty shootout. The next year we play CC again in a semi-final. And we lose with Lenny and Mataran and Sausage them. Our influx at town man there with just a come down fresh and town. After the game, Jackie Walters sent a little man, Yellow come to me and ask if I want to go CC. But what made the decision, and I'm not trying to bash anybody here. Yeah, no intention of bashing anybody.
Yeah, because we don't bash people on the show.
One thing though, Bussy. Was it under 14 you were playing or under 16? Well,
under 14, but I was a backup keeper for the under 16 to Damon Crooks.
So it was under 14 you went to finals?
Yeah, 2 semi-finals. We lose the under 16 semi-final to Manchester Eye. Manchester Eye, the beat where I think them go on to win the league that year, same year. But I can remember being the coach's son, right? I can remember that year Garvey playing a 3 different jersey. The TD Cup team and 3 jersey them wear. And I went to Mr. Wallace, and as I said, I'm not bashing anybody because I have highest regards to everybody. And I went to Mr. Wallace and asked him for a set of gears to the team. Play the semi-final. And Mr. Wallace said, Coach boy, if we don't go finals, we don't get jersey. And we go West Park and basically we play some black and white bib. We have green always have some bib. Black and white. Black with the white number. So playing that and we lose 2 love and getting that invite after that game with all of that leading up. Yeah, I'm not going to turn it down. So that's how I mentioned it to my father. Right? So upon getting that invite, I also got an invite from Glenmuir. So it was a tug and war between Glenmuir and CC. But guess what happened now? I always have a love for CC. Likewise, the father always have a love for CC. Right? So my grandmother talked on the phone on a 3-way call. Richie P talked on the phone with my grandmother. Then Mr. Ratcliffe and Yellow at a pro call on him. As one hang up on a call, one hang up on a call.
Really business. A long time business is that thing, man.
Yeah, man.
I spring up fast. I start keep like about February. I'm gonna get national team call as a goalkeeper about I think it was about July. And funny enough, when I turn keeper, my father asked me if my mother, I want a better center half in our country. We are in our parish. We are change. I say, well, I make that decision there for my own. Yeah? Transition to goalkeeper. But it never hard to go CC because actually, let me say, I love CC from birth. And then now, one of the things we encourage for the goalkeeper is the 94 finals with CC and Herbert Morrison. They want to have Jared Park. Let me say, Marty Moore, CC keeper. I think him saved 3 penalties that game there. Yeah? Somebody kind of boomed by the fact say, I want to be like this man.
Yes.
So that are the thing we kind of follow me. I also love see Clarendon College. They have a Clarendon College mark on the socks. They mean them Puma boots and jersey well nice, and it did look like a place where you want to be.
Attractive, yeah.
Yeah, man. Well supported.
Yeah, man. So Richie P convince. I mean, I have a level of respect for Richie P. As I say, no matter what you say, no matter, I mean, not try to disrespect nobody, but he's just talking the truth. Yeah. So I was promised school fee, lunch money, everything, and car key and everything. So you know that you have a vibes. Plus, it was a year where CC win D Cup, which was 96 into 97 school year. Yeah, so we go CC like about January, February. Yeah, so all of that within the year, and then Mr. Ratcliffe and Coach Sammy call me and I say, wait, blah, blah, this is that, that is that, yeah? So the thing where Richie P gravitate to, I think, is when my father say, if my brother now go, me now go.
Hold on a second. You know, some of the first smear that are there. Patrick, you and Craig Butler always converse.
No, sir.
Then I want to get the package deal thing from, man.
No, I can't answer that. Sorry for about team. I can't answer that.
You better answer me good.
No, I can't answer that because of how...
That make a lot of sense, don't you, sorry?
No, because of how it grow. Because of how him grow, you know.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
before we always... If you see a man right now, you might check your comment section. You now go hear a man say Bussy and I say, Benny.
Which one older?
Benny 1 year older than me.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing about Benny is him is more low-keyed. Yeah? But when I say balance, both feet, him good with both feet. Because he went on to captain Rivali. Yeah, but once a man they go overseas, man done the football thing, man football business again, you know? But him
opportunity, yeah.
very talented, very talented. So
I think we're
grow.
I think where Benny finished with football is when they took Mataran to Argentina. Me and him was watching the game, Jamaica against Argentina, the other 20. And I said, just look who the man them came. Because he played at right back with technique. And playing wing back, you have to have technique. And he have a very calm demeanor around there. You know, which is not. I think Imam Verga was the best at that time.
Are you sure it wasn't he wasn't too calm?
Huh?
You sure it wasn't too calm?
Well, I think
like
maybe that was his downfall.
Okay.
And then again, the coaches, that's why I say each position has its language. So people have to can recognize these things and make their adjustments.
Right. So Bussy,
Because I didn't think he was a very agile player.
Oh.
He's not a man who will go down there and go down there and go. No, he's not that type of player. So I wouldn't choose him there.
He was more of a midfielder.
He's more of a midfielder.
No, me understand.
Where he's very knowledgeable. Where I would use him. I would rather use him at bottom.
Yeah.
So where that's say now, Bussy, where you say Richie P say you tell Richie P say boy if one now go, the other one now go.
Yeah, and Richie P say yeah man, because him can play. You see me I say? So if you get a 2-4 deal, me not think I want to leave out that.
But one quick question though, Bussy. At that time, you never sit out 1 year before you can play.
No, because he would have come from an Allien school. And then now we have played under 14 we go play now. So you wouldn't have to play, you wouldn't have to
coming from an Allien school, you couldn't play same time.
Coming from Allien school, hold on, so you had a brother never go Garvey too?
Him go Garvey, but after him come him come from Cross Allien and go Garvey. So it already the Garvey, but at the same time, sorry about that. I think we could have played the under 14. Can I say you have the parish under 14 competition, you know?
Yeah.
So we could have played the under 14 and then a 16. But then the D Cup now, you'd have to sit out a year.
Oh, okay.
So we're going as we basically.
So you're going as under 14 then, so no good.
Under 14 players, yeah.
Or under 16. Under 16 are no good.
No, me that basically my last year under 14.
Right. And him under 16.
I'm first year under 16.
Right. And like you say, only D Cup you don't have to sit out. So only the good them don't have to sit out. Yeah. But was a very good experience though, eh? At CC, right?
Yes, man.
How much title you won?
I CC when they under 16. The parish under 16. We win the Triple Crown 98. We play 98, basically my first year. 97 was the first year on the dam training. But remember that year the league put off.
Yeah.
So 98 now, I was a starter. So we win the Triple Crown that year. Yes, so me and a youth named Blacks that keep at the same time. Blacks come from Turners. Yeah, but my brother never played that year there. As me say, he kind of a bit laid back and he more reserved. So he more did that kind of hesitant to go into the thing. But me going as a 15-year-old. Yeah, so
Ready.
98 when CC win D Cup. Even the game where the keeper, the keeper dead, you know. The guy the keeper.
All the time there.
My father was a coach of the team and me a keep.
Oh, have that coach guy a game there?
Yeah, man. Then one police lady never say my father kill the youth, man. And she say, him run go through cold water upon the youth in his son. Run down a Maypen station with the she say, boy, and the coach kill the youth through cold water upon the youth in his son. After the autopsy, people start ease up off of my father and I say, boy, I think them say some fractured neck, something neck business.
Broke.
Yeah, so me actually keep it a game there. Me actually have to come off in the first leg up of school. Because me get a kick in my head and basically black out and me have to come off in that game there.
That's over.
Yeah?
Again with the roof.
Yeah, man. Something did in the year because them saying the keeper got change him jersey about 3 different times.
Huh?
Yeah, them saying him keeper about them saying, yeah, man, Ronald Manley, man. They said him got change him jersey about 3 different times on the outside. And the jersey where him keep, you know. The jersey where him keep, you see, jersey where them said him got change. It was a dark blue Diadora jersey. And CC did have on a jersey with the 3 stripe and blue jersey. So that him say too close. But him go put on an orange color now. Them say too close to Garvey jersey. So them send him back to put on back the blue jersey.
Right.
Yeah, man. Remember it like yesterday, man. And the youth that did bad. When they say him bad, in terrible. Good goalkeeper, talented. Yeah, man, because them that compare with me and him as the 2 top man of the zone and the whole thing. Him bad, man. I feel it when time him have to drop out, man. I feel it, it's tough. I know, say, boy, me could end up the situation because me did end up knockout in the game. Upper school, in the first leg. Yeah, so it's tough, man.
That's a strange thing.
Yeah.
All right. I wanna back up a little, Bussy. You talk about going to Clarendon College and the promises. You said that Richie Pugh have made a few promises to you. Were those promises kept?
No.
What?
No. I think the only one which was kept was the lunch. Because funny enough, you know, I never graduated from a school until I never graduated from nowhere till I went to.
What's your wall? Take your time. You want your answer the question for one because this is not a normal show.
we are get down to the nitty-gritty of things.
I need to understand.
And as I say, no, hold on, let me pinpoint it.
You know why you jump
You might say I tell the truth tonight, you know, like nobody.
I know the truth. I know that matter.
I fact matter.
Yeah, but all right, let me make a put out a disclaimer. This is by no means disrespecting nobody or Richie P or nobody.
You know why you reach your graduation, you know? You know why you reach your graduation, you know? When you answer the question,
yeah, all right.
You said the promises were not kept.
Yeah.
So you say you never get no uniform.
No.
I hear you mention 3 promises. You say lunch, uniform, and school fee.
School fee.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're saying to me only the food you get.
Yeah, man. We used to get lunch up at the cafeteria.
So what happened to the uniform and the school fee?
My father bought every uniform that I got.
His choice.
No, not
you never wanted the free uniform.
All right. Regarding the uniform, sorry. I remember one year, 1998, when a CC pass student named Mr. Grayson. He come up there and him sort out for some Mr. Grayson and Mr. Whittiker at the time. Sort out some uniform. And I don't want to sound political, but it's only town players that make it that year. Them that year. It's only the players them from Kingston benefit from that. Which I never know why. I never try to find out why. Yeah. Because as I say, my father always ensures say if it's one, it's one. It's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough.
we have that. So I never offered you. I wasn't offered a uniform. I remember
So you
Edward
not have a
Parker
problem with
players
that. You never had no problem with that.
No, but if you promise me as a youth, then me I go look forward to it.
Okay.
But me never
Right.
get it. Never get it.
So what
When
about the school fee?
School fee? All right. On the topic of school fee, I never graduated from Clarendon College. And when I took the graduation picture, they brought a list and they said, I owed school fee.
Nah, that's Bussy. You sure you don't drink nothing before you come to the show, Bussy?
No, I'm not drink alcohol.
No,
Never
not
smoke.
necessarily alcohol. Maybe water when you drink too cold. Make me take a sip.
Yeah? No, the
Wait a
only
second.
place I graduated from was JDF Training Wings as a recruit into the military.
But Buffy, we find it hard to believe say a man will win the cup for them, see?
You
And
never graduate.
I don't make you graduate because a school fee where you were.
No, but
I
I'm going to
never
show you a
heard
funny
it like
thing about it, you know. No, I never graduated from Clarendon College.
You know,
I
sure.
was at the graduation watching my classmates go.
And not because of school fee where you were.
That's what the lady in the lady Miss Chin told me. I was school fee. And it was then past the due date. You know, you have a certain time where you have to pay up this and pay up that.
Yes.
Yeah, but I just use it as a motivation because actually I played more years after that. I think I played like one more year after the year that I was supposed to graduate. Wrong? No. Wrong. Yes, I played a year after. Because I repeat fourth form.
Then how you go back to school without paying school fee?
That's the thing.
That's
the thing. But I want to tell you a funny thing about this. When me reaching a food farm, repeat food farm, I don't know. I just come Mr. Stone say, yo, yeah, I'm linear them, I repeat food farm. Yeah?
So, Bussy, apparently, what I'm getting from this man, I don't want to put, but what I'm simply saying, that means with the accounting aspect of Clarendon College, it's totally far different and foreign to the footballing aspect of Clarendon. Because you were playing football at Clarendon College. You were not so much a student at Clarendon College. It seems.
Yeah, I was a student, but I was a student and a good student too.
I suspect, but I'm just saying that based on this whole
based on the whole setup. Yeah, but the thing about it, is all right. You see thing. I was a model student at school, you know. It was a football. Some
you troublemaker, Bussy?
No, and you can ask Miss Goldburn. Big up Miss Goldburn. Big up Miss G and Miss Beckford and all of them lady there. You know Miss G and she the right in the Chapelton, man. Up at pharmacy at top, man. Yeah? Them lady they treat me like a person, like a child. I feed them pit me. And when I went to fourth farm, when I went to school, I was supposed to go in fifth farm. I was told by Mr. Stone that may I repeat fourth farm. And Miss Goldburn and Miss Ogier was the persons who encouraged me to do subjects in fourth farm. That's how I got my CXCs because I never get another chance in fifth farm. Yeah, and I did 3 subjects in fourth farm: home economics, foods, and English.
You really love food. That's why I'm going to lunch again.
No, and I'm going to tell you why not, Sadi. I show you a thing. You see a lot of players that leave school and I have no subject and I say I'm not going farm fool, you know. If I even want me, I feel left here with you know.
Yeah, good thing. Respect, man. I love that.
Yeah. And I say, all right, more and do the foods thing and I did that do home economics foods and I did that do clothing and textiles. So I did that general stream. Yeah. And with all I work going and thing and Miss Ogier and Miss Goldburn push me through the thing. And all of my farm teacher, them love me, man. All of them, Mr. Perkins, Miss Thompson, all of them love me. So them encourage me. even supposed to get prefect. And there was one teacher who I get to understand. I don't wish to call any name on this one. Say, all right, I'm not coming to her class, but I wasn't screened for her class. I was going to the omics class while I was supposed to be at her class because that's what I was doing CXC in. So I took the time to do that class instead of that one.
So she never get a memo.
I don't think she did, but as I said, teacher, she had do her work. Yeah, she had do her work, so we have to just respect that. But after you get older, you're looking into certain things and you see the reason behind the method behind the madness, you know?
I hold a thought, but hold a thought. No, Mr. Velvet, as a no nonsense father, a no nonsense coach, you take your sons to Clarendon College, having gotten promises, yes, for uniform, school fee, and lunch. And for all these years, these boys going to Clarendon College and the promises were broken. What was your thought? Did you try to intervene or it never mattered to you?
Well, I'm going to be frank here. You know, this is news to me. But he's not a man who will go and tell me these things. It's when I ask him, if I don't ask him, and let him elaborate it, and you get an idea what he's talking. But he's not the kind of guy who will go and tell me what, because I didn't know these things.
You just a find out.
I just a find out.
This boy is a wicked son, man. I really get right place and I have him go.
Sometimes
right place him go figure out me, man. You keep secret. But what me I say, but you knew that every year you have to buy this man uniform and you have to. You never yet wonder when you hear about that he will not graduate because he more school fee. You never hear that one either.
That's what I'm telling you now. It's news to me. I didn't know these things. What he's saying now is the first I'm hearing these things.
My God.
I didn't have a clue.
I don't think it's because, and it's not because of delinquency either, you know. It's the fact that he was busy doing his thing and we were busy doing our thing.
We're no rival at that time.
No, it's not really rival, you know, but to be true, you know, I'm going to tell you something aside. To be true, you know, say, I spend most of my years on Dam and them something.
I figured, yes.
Because, all right, look on it that way now. When I go CC 96, 97, the 97 season, I dep on the Dam. And me a coach, you see that keeper them in the board singing around it, you know. As a man just coming out of school, you know. Yeah, me a basically goalkeeper coach board sing and them time I play 14 and them and they D cup second, third year D cup, you know. I mean I tell you about them time the board sing a national keeper around it did good. Yeah. So me did kind of verse certain way. So me dip on the Dam with the man them and is that me basically spend most of my school years on the Dam. So if I'm going to CC, me dip on the Dam. But then now on the other hand, my father do a Garvey. I do his thing. You see me I say, some more time you find say him caught up in a way my do. Not that it was what you say now, intentional.
Yes.
That him never knew or never, but it's just the way things turn out.
Okay.
Yeah, and then up running the national team again. Spend most of my time at national team camp. And 97 again, I'm going to the other 17 team with Shevard, Thomas, Chupies, them, and some, them type of youth. So you find, say, I spend a whole heap of time outside of the home.
Okay.
Yeah. And then now, my 17 and the era when Simons come, you know, we there about the place. We live in a camp. Yeah, live in a camp. And then 98 now the attendance come in 98. Attendance and grades thing come 98. So there's a thing start change a bit now where it a bit more stringent, but we did, as we say, always outside. Yeah, but it is what it is.
So Bussy, high school. And this is very interesting, you know, because I used to follow you a lot as a goalkeeper. And one of the things, because of the closeness of the name versus who knew the Whittiker family as footballers used to believe that we are related. So I used to follow. But you move on, you repeat the fourth farm, you went to fifth farm, which was our final year at Clarendon College.
2002.
2002. So in 2001, or is it 2000 that you would 2001 you would have barred from graduating, right?
2001, yeah.
Good. And you went back to
No, 2002. 2002. That year, that graduation year would be 2002.
2002.
Yeah, so that would
No,
have
but
been my final.
But Bussy, you say you would bar 1 year and then come back and play the following year, you know?
Yeah, and I corrected that because I said when I repeated in fifth form, I never. Well, truth be told, come think about it, yeah, because you're right.
You get it right to the Bussy.
Yeah, man.
We know a long time and everything, you know.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you why, though. I'm gonna tell you why. I tell you why it come back to me so vivid now, you know, because remember I said 2 graduation picture me take.
Yes.
So really and truly, the first year I was barred.
What? You see this message? Listen, hold on, man. Story coming to bump, you know. So make sure you get it right. Nivik Chance said that you was studying at GC faster.
Not me.
And where you? Are your brother?
My father got GC faster.
Oh.
In my 4 years and them got GC faster. Remember I'm saying bring black eye into GC faster, you
know? Okay. All right, Nivik. So you hear that? So it is daddy. You see, father has something I mix up in my brain right now. Thank you for that, Nivik. Thank you for that, Nivik, anyway. So, all right. Okay. So he could miss that part of your life because of studying. Oh, no, I understand. He was saying while that thing was going on with you at Clarendon College, where you never get no school fee and you never get no uniform, the boss was studying at GC Pastor College. So you have to mind him on study business and you have to have.
I think it was in that period, you know.
No, I understand. Best of myself, leave it. I want to respect, man. You see, man, you know, we saw the question, bring out. You remember that music chance, Patrick? Yeah, man, bash me from cut. So continue, Bussy, because I want to wrap up this Clarendon College thing because your life story is very high. Man. I'm coming back to that because I have a lot to say. So, Clarendon College, I'm going to ask you this. And I'll ask you 2-part question. One, what would you say is your most memorable period of time? Are your memorable things at Clarendon College? That's part A. Part B, part B, which or what is your most unforgettable moment or incidents at Clarendon College? So that's part. Go ahead.
All right. So my most memorable period at Clarendon College would have been the 98th. 98th year. Yeah, we won the Triple Crown.
Okay.
That would have been my most memorable period at Clarendon College. I have 2 outstanding moments at Clarendon College that I will live on.
Yes.
Is one. It was 98 when I was playing against Happy Grove in St. Thomas at Eastern Banana. So that game, I made no less than 20 saves in that game. The team,
what?
I think that was the worst game Clarendon College played that season. Yeah, and Happy Grove wanted a win, and we wanted a win, but we could have drawn the game and got through. But I don't want to sound like I'm being bashful again. But the referee, he was leaning towards Happy Grove side because when Edward Park scored the penalty, there was no time left for even the celebration. It was dark night. Yeah, but it seems as if the referee came from that region and wanted to push through Happy Grove. So, as I said, even the Happy Grove crowd was shouting Whittiker at the end of the day. Yeah, so that would have been one of two most memorable time at London College. Moment.
Well, Bussy,
Second moment.
How that game end though?
1-0.
You guys won 1-0?
Yeah.
Okay.
The next moment again was up by our friendly rival Edwin Allien. You have a youth named Maduro.
Yeah.
Maduro, him pick up a ball and a dribble, rain a fall, and him kick a shot. Well, I don't think him can kick a next ball like that.
Oh no.
Yeah. So when I went to, no, I would have said no, it's not a buck up in a but to show you how good him kick the ball. And I went up and I didn't push the ball. Hold on to the ball and come down with the ball. And all I could hear the entire Frankfield shot was cool bombard. Yeah? And I stayed there with the ball like about 5 seconds before I moved. Yeah? So when I come down with the ball, I reminisce of a save that I made for Allien against Portmore. The only difference is I pushed the ball in Portmore game. And I actually caught the ball and came down with it after dinner. So that would have been my two most standout moments for me at London College in terms of football.
Okay. So, Bussy, you only win 1 year at London College, 98, and that's it?
Yeah, and then 2000 Manuel beat with 1-0 on free kick. Ziggy, Copeland Lewis on a Woodside.
Monroe?
Yeah, man, Manuel knocked you out 1-0 on a Woodside, man, and then
semi-final
and then you get 5 from Cornwall. Don't Jared Park in rain.
Poor Monroe. They can't get a break.
No, seriously, that team, the Manuel team there, no. And the funny thing about the Manuel team, them down to 10 man about the first 20 minutes of the game. And we just couldn't seem to find the back of the net. We lick the post, we lick the crossbar, we lick everywhere I can touch. Was that
the game that they said you gave away?
I would have said, no man, I couldn't have given me give away because that goal there, the ball don't rise above knee height when the man strike the ball. You could have count every peg in the ball.
You just blow past you.
Yeah, well struck, man. Cause me full stretch. Yeah, and if you have any knowledge of Woodside net them is always stiff. And when the ball the ball after the crawl on the entire back of the net and come up on the other side to the ball kick out. Yeah, man, good kick, very good kick, man. Okay. Yeah, but me go semi-final that, and then my last year, them say we use an ineligible player.
CT.
Yeah, but it was a case where them did say me and Mataran. But it wasn't me and Mataran, and I can declare that because I spoke to a gentleman by the name of Mr. Mir at ISA. And I told him that both of us were going to Brazil with the under 17 team. And he told Mr. Porteous that all we are required to do is get a letter from the JFF stating the time, date, and the period of time that will be out. Yeah? And Mr. Juicy Bell at the JFF, he was the person who orchestrated that letter. But there was a particular player who I think was supposed to sit out a year. And he was overseas or something like that. And when he came to Clarendon College now, he actually played when he's not supposed to be playing. And the thing about it, we qualify with about 2 games to go, and the next year we're supposed to be playing Edwin Allien. I think it was about a toss-up between Edwin Allien and I think it was Lennon or one of them for the second spot. But Edwin Allien ended up got through because they made actually the second at the time.
Oh, me never hear that, Bussy.
Yeah, man, that a 2001 into 2.
I remember the incident, but I never hear that it was ineligible in terms of overage.
No, it wasn't overage. Them say me a matter and never do no subject.
Oh.
Yeah, but I was the person who spoke to Mr. Mir.
How about
So
Mr.
I
Amir
know
said?
clearly that Mr. Amir stated to Mr. Porteous and myself in the office at Clarendon College that all we're required to do is to get a letter to ISA from the JFF stating the period of time that we were out of school, we will be out of school, and the where we went and for how long. Yeah, so it needed all the details in the letter sent to ISA, and then we should be okay. And Mr. Bell, Juicy Bell, actually sent the letter to them. I was the person who got the letter, and it was sent to them. I carried to Mr. Portis, and it was sent to ISA.
So what went wrong?
As I said, there was a young man who wasn't supposed to be playing because of I think he was supposed to sit out a year. Or something to that effect.
So it is a long time school like Clarendon and college a win at all, Cassim.
Well, it's good for you to say. I am not sure. I am not sure along which road they had chat with that, but I am not
No, I
sure.
ain't chatting on the road, you know. I just asking. I mean, we haven't.
No, I can't speak to that. I can't speak to that because funny
Because
enough,
people
one
that
match.
dread.
I think too
Because-
much youth actually play one, you know.
Okay.
Youth actually play. I think them say it overseas and them was supposed to like sit out a year or something to that effect.
So when them have done, then dock some points for the game when play, and come up short 1 points, or then just
No,
or
them
them
say
rule it.
them. I think when I hear it by IRFM, it states that we use an eligible player and it's
They're
a
out, man.
equal to the
Kick them out of
competition.
the competition.
Just kick them out of the competition. So it's not like
Yeah.
them use the game where the youth play and subtract them game.
No.
You see it? You see what go on? And you see it have recent with some top school.
Yeah.
No.
No, even by now, Sadi. Explain that then, Sadi. If a player who's not supposed to play, right?
No,
And the player would have played 2 games. Isn't it a scenario where they understand, okay, those 2 games,
Deduct
points, deduct those 2 points, then I say.
If my memory serves me right, that's why I said to Bussy, I never hear about the overage thing. But I think what I've heard, that same guy had some other disciplinary issue outside of Clarendon College football. So everything compound to that.
Not that I know of, because I said he was overseas.
But he only played 2 games, Bussy.
I think he went to Veer Technical to try out for Veer, and he didn't make it at Veer, and he came to Clarendon College.
He was registered.
He played 2, no, for Veer Technical.
Registered.
He was there in the summer.
You see, one other thing about it, you know, a lot of these schools, what they do is to register the players. So whether them play yes or no, because they have registered for the school, it now become a player, even though they never play. But anyway,
Sadi, quick thought. So you think that's the scenario that happened? So they would have registered him then, and if you go to Clarendon College, you already registered for 2 schools.
I think it was something like that.
Okay.
But there was some other issues outside of a Clarendon College system.
Okay. You got it, this Bussy?
Yeah, that's news to me.
Yeah, when I started to school and using it, if you come down and me come train now, we just register you quick, tie you up with me. So if you leave from down and me and go somewhere else, you know, you run go on because you register down and say, no, let me see where you go.
But him say the coach send him up there, you know.
You know what I say? I trick on because while I go on, he don't register down here and the man just keep it quiet.
Well, Velvet, which coach that was that Veer at that time? Who was coaching Veer at that time?
Sakani, man.
Who?
Sakani.
Can in the present let them be?
Yeah, man. Sakani there Veer at the time.
Yeah, and you know, there was a scenario too. I remember when I just started football in Allien, we had a player who had some disciplinary issue in St. Catherine football over in Portmore. So when he came to Allien, none of that done because some investigation took place. I don't know who blew the whistle. And they found that he was red carded in the last game he played for the club. Hence, he should have sat out a match playing for Allien. I mean, at that time, we never knew all of that rules and so on. And with that case, he was suspended. As a matter of fact, he was suspended for the rest of the season. And I think we lost 2 or 3 points. 2 matches, not points, that he had played. Yes. So the two first matches he played, those are the games I think they were taken away. Because those are the games he should have sat out, so to speak. But anyway, it's technical. And then people never so bright like now if they know how to go across or to bend the rules or to find something. Yeah? To make things happen.
Yeah.
But Bussy, I'm gonna answer this before I allow Mr. Lee and Velvet to come in. So football, and I say, what was the thing you never loved about CC? I'm putting that way.
I never loved about CC. All right. From my knowledge and my experience with CC being a player and transitioning into a coach there, and up to now, I think CC people them take this thing too personal, you know? And to them behave like a for them team, like a for them personal team. It's like our worst reader, Mr. Ming, own Hazard and Portmore United. The man who run CC now realize every man who got CC, if it is even for a day, the team belong to them.
Oh.
Because a few years ago, we formed a group named CC Legends, yeah? Some pass ballers, as far as back as Renki and Nucci and them man in the group. Right? And when one pass player said, all right, we're going to give the youth them some internet on the dam. Yeah, we're going to try to see if we can deal with it. Some internet on the dam. There was a lot of backlash and who we have to go to and go to that demand and go to that demand. Then I said, then if I give something, I have to go through all of that. What is sense?
Yeah, true.
We are said to ourselves, say, all right, remember, even now, we have a player will live overseas and he must say, past player will live overseas and he must say, him could have go down and buy, if them need 10 toilet bowls, him could have go buy the 10 toilet bowls and put them up himself and we just make it a day and just do it, you know?
Yeah.
But it is a hard task getting through to people. Yeah? So with all of those things now, that's one of the things I don't really like about this Klein and Kai thing. It's more of a club them around than a sport
right now.
team. That is
right
in my
now.
view. That is in my view.
You mean right now or then?
From back then, man, but it was a little lighter back then. It was a bit lighter now. It's more intense now. Because remember I said I was there as a player and as a coach. But most of the people, all right, I have had bad experience as a player, which I don't really want to touch that aside because it's a bit personal. But as a coach, I can state that I was on the bench at a game at the stadium. I think it was against JC.
That was an Oliver Shield match?
No, I think it was against JC, yeah. It was another Super Cup game, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the referee come to me. Coincidentally, the referee was a soldier. And him come to me and he said, Whittiker, your name is on the match card, you can't stay on the match card, you know. As a goalkeeper.
One of your squad till that time couldn't leave you on the match card?
No, because I check the match card and the game I go on and things. So it's like him. I don't know if it's a match commissary or what. Tell him to check. Like him as a CC bench have too much. But my name wasn't on the match card.
As an assistant coach?
As a goalkeeper coach. And I can remember, right. Richie said to me, Bussy, go on, Bussy, go on. I'm going to go up in the stands, I'm coach youth from the stands. And I see him to keep a chapter on my room now. Prince
so
Daniel.
You're coaching from the stand and in the panify.
I'm blessed, you know, Sadi. My father a genius as a coach.
You still want to know how you do it?
How me do it? I was goalkeeper trained by a man named Paul Campbell. The best I've seen in Jamaica as a coach. So Paul Campbell can tell you what you're doing at every minute of the game.
You mean busy?
No, Paul Campbell overseas, man. Mr. Coach national team.
Oh,
Brown.
that part.
Mr. Keep Jamaica all the time. I tell Jeffrey Maxwell he can't go back to Jamaica. So, how me coach him from the stands? Me make note of everything I do. So, my halftime talk now, I tell him when, where, and why, and the how. Yeah? What he did wrong, at what time of the game, what he needed to do, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So, when I say coach him from the stands, it's basically, I was in the stands, I wasn't alone on the bench.
Okay.
All right, so we went on to the Oliver Shield final, but before the Oliver Shield final, I think the team went down like the Thursday to play the final, to play the semi-final against Magrat. And the Magrat are Dintil, I think. And then we played Cornwall College in the final. I take bus go Mobile.
You're at work?
Yeah, I take bus go Mobile and find my way in the game and just go warm up the youth them. Because I'm a job. I wasn't being paid for that. It's just a love and me commit myself to something already. You understand?
Okay.
Just to be paid in return at the National Stadium when we play against JC in the Oliver Shield. My name is on the match card again. I have a particular individual. He was on the next team's coaching staff at the time. And his name was on the match card and my name wasn't on the match card.
Remember that Clarendon College that you have won Triple Crown. I went back to coach for free.
That I wasn't even being paid.
So you're volunteering your service?
Of course. Because
as
I
a
love
past
it.
student. As a past student.
I love it. All right. I'll show you a thing. All the years me there CC, me now get paid for coach CC keeper them.
How many years did I have done that?
From 97. From 97, I said them I go my coach, goalkeeper coach. So till one time. No, leading up now, left school.
You're not a county student.
Come back for that thing. Yeah? I'm going to show you how much years me I do it. So, this is it now. Where the team used to go town the camp I think up a Michael in the summer. And I decided to say, I left my not camp at town. Whereas me did the army and thing. So I say, all right, I left my yard at town. So I think Spider was being used at that time to coach the goalkeepers. Yeah? So I think I sit out that year. I say, I can't compete with Spider, you know. Because Spider is national coach. How am I going to compete with the national coach? That I am not good enough. But I am not going to compete with the national coach. Because Spider would have coached me at under 17 and 20. Yeah? So, Richie P come to me one match when I did up in the stands. And he must say, Bussy, come go down here, some man. And I say, Richie P, my time down on the field done in a bed. Up here, so I go and enjoy myself, you know. So I say, all right, we'll talk after the game. And Richie come to me and say, Bussy, X say you coach him better than Spider. You notice me not call the name, right? There's a reason I'm not calling the name. Him say X say you coach him better than Spider. Can we work out a package? I say, all right, do nothing. That's how me actually go back to Clarendon College and start coach by the keeper them, you know. But the reason why the youth can say that, and I would have blessed with that from my father. Being a coach, so you know the genes and the pass down.
Yeah.
Not every coach you see with a whistle and a shirt that mark coach is a coach. Because there's a lot of things a coach need to do and a coach need to do and need to have. One of them is coaching personality. I am blessed with that. Yeah?
Yeah.
One, identify faults is one. But are you able to correct the faults?
And you have that too.
Blessed with that. Yeah? And the next thing again, which is tolerance. You have to have tolerance to be a good coach. If you don't have tolerance, you can't be a good coach. Yeah? So these are some of the things where the youth them would see, say me blessed with. When it come on to like games, me normally get Sherman, Scooper. I think him depend see my comment earlier on.
Sherman
Scooper
Scott.
print jersey. I mean normally buy the shirt at town and say Scooper. More on them 2 youth and name 2 warm-up shirt for them youth. I print 2 shirts for me. So me go a match now and me give them 2 shirts with them name in them back and them number. Them feel good about it.
Yeah.
Take them jersey, get 2 jersey for them, print them name in their back. Them thing there. But when me go for do a session, Sadi, me nah go do no half hour session. Me drive go up a CC for team at training in the morning. Me go then in the evening. See? And me I do no less than 2 hours. I mean normally tell Richie them say send the under 12 keeper them, send the under 14 keeper them, and send the under 16 keeper them along with the D cup keeper them. Because me have the time and patience. I used to have my 10 ball and drive up and down with my 10 ball. Yeah? And them time me I tell you say me not get no pay for that.
Well, I think it's a Richie piece to work out a package.
And I said this after that time when the keeper said to me XYZ.
Oh, okay.
But all along when Jackie Walters did it and when 1 year Dookie did it, Sensei did it. I reckon the whole of them man there.
For you.
So you give back your time, Bussy.
Yes, because as I say now, we love the thing and then now here and now. And everything you can take pay for, you know.
Volunteer, you know?
Yeah, because sometimes you have to use certain things to build your resume. You have to use certain things to build a resume. So me doing it because I love it. And when me there army or anywhere me go, normally when me there army and I work at Portland. Once me drop in a up at Portland and me see teach shield keeper them at train. Me carry them one side and train them. Port Antonio goalkeeper them, me carry them one side and train if I have 1 session per week.
Well, you know, what's interesting, you know, Bussy?
Volunteer, man, and give him back. Good thing, you know?
And you see, Miss Ali, Bussy was such a good goalkeeper coach. Probably a good coach, I believe. And even though CC was his alma mater, but a neighboring school wanted to give Bussy the coaching job, a paid job. And Bussy never take the job.
That's who that Bussy.
No, because I work with Manchester.
I tell a lie, brother. I know why. A neighboring school, me say, when you reach a Manchester, Bridget?
Well, I know. All right, so I book Labra in our car one day. And I say, Labra, I always want to coach Edwin Allien. And Labra said, Boss, you serious? I'm talking with Labra, go straight to Chapter. CC training me, I go. I went time, I say, yeah, man, him say I go talk to the PIBA people, man. I talk to Messam in particular, Gregory Messam.
What year this year talk about?
I think about 2021.
So recently.
Yeah, and when me reach a foreign now, Lazar call me and Labra say, Bussy, well, I say, Labra, no say, me no deport again. You see me? And think about a month after that, me say, Labra pass, and I say, John, I wonder if I make you laugh, Labra Rasta. And if Labra did really take me serious to the point where me not go on him and take it to heart, man. But full intended still, you know? But I always love Edwin Allien because Edwin Allien, me feel say them talented, them have talent. And something me feel like me could have impact. Me see the coach, his name, Taffy, the Rasta. Me see the Taffy, the coach do something impart it and him get result. And then me see him the following year don't do it. And I think the team we have the following year was a better team. Is to impart the track and field coach in your thing. Because you have talent already, but your team always unfit. Your team always not brave enough. So you could have used a buoyancy from the championship thing, the girls' champs thing, and push a thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the one time I see him do it, it works. So that's one of the things I'm going to have to impart if me have a team like Edeline. Edeline thing, it can work. Edeline full of talent. I'm one of the most talented school in a Clarendon.
Yeah, man, that's how we do it, man. Chance I must an example, bro.
Yeah, me kind of have a regret saying me never take it. But then
But the fine thing.
Yeah, that's some other day.
All right, so hold on, because when I come back to you, I want you to tell us about the army and how you reach the army. I don't know how you just leave school and reach the army. Me not see that transition. But Velvet, after coaching, you said the last high school your coach was Garvey Masio?
No, man, Magati.
Magati?
Yeah, man. As
Talk
BB
to us
Cook,
about Magati.
the team of BB Cook used to win. You know, I'm under 14 and under 16 with them then.
So you reach on this Velvet? When you reach a St. Elizabeth?
Yeah, is a man named Skeffrey the camera up there now. The chairman. Because them I hear about the Garvey thing from them time.
What's Skeffrey? What's his first name? Let me see if I see him Skeffrey.
He's a politician, man.
So that's Winford Skeffrey.
Winford. Yeah.
Winford. That's an Edinalid man, remember it?
Yeah. So true.
All right.
Skeffrey. Yeah, man, and they must say, he want to come build a program, so I went up there and, the team, the set of guys that they use on one, the Ben Francis.
Ben Francis. That was your team.
Yeah, that is my team. That I like all 14 team.
Oh yeah, sir, but we never know say you did that. Because I thought you had stopped coach for a longer time.
No, as I say, it was an uphill task in terms of support. That's why I ended up coaching most ghetto team. And I there's no competition that play in this part in Clarendon that I've never won. I got 2 coach of the year, and but when it touches school, man, the support, man, Garvey, and it's my favorite school,
Yes, Garvey.
Yeah, man.
So after coaching now.
So without that bad experience, are your favorite spot that?
My favorite spot that, man.
Hey, Velvet. Me know why Garvey your favorite spot,
How am I?
I used to spend a whole part of time for Cooks Gate.
No. Well,
yeah, man.
That one is so
when they can't find Velvet, man, up at Cooks Gate Velvet, man. How do you, man? That's why I love them, man. I hear spot.
You know why me really like Garvey? It's like me's a Rasta man, where me like Marcus Garvey and me like Fidel Castro.
Come on, Velvet, man. Just tell me say like about Cooks Gate, man. But I go answer, man.
No, well, we used to walk, but there wasn't a lot of people up at them places. There wasn't a lot of choices, So you just walk and the guy that you so close with, you used to have him as come never have an assistant coach, so sometimes you don't train and you need somebody for just reason it. And he was very knowledgeable. So I just, keep him close by me, and he was up from that side, so that's why most times I'm up there,
That's why I'm up at Cooks Gate.
Well, you like a whole heap of research, because you never miss
I do research, man. I have to do research before we come for the show, man.
So yes, David, after coaching high school, where you went? What happened? Life after coaching.
After coaching? Well, I remember all my life I coach last team, I coach at Yorktown, and won the major league,
That was after you coach BB Cook and Magati?
Yeah, after I coach BB Cook and Magati, we won the major league. We went to Confed with the Yorktown, with Ishmael Curry and those guys,
Okay. Yeah, because I it's not like a surprise, but I thought you were still around. Even though I don't hear the name for a long period. When did you leave this lovely shore?
Well, I think I was doing Bussy. About 5 years on up here. It's the biggest son sent for me,
7 years now.
Wow, that's a long time.
About 7 years now. 6, 7 years. I think it's one of the greatest things ever done for me. But you know, it's a blessing, man. When I leave down there, man,
Which
because
state?
I
Which
was
state
stressed,
today?
man.
Which state today? Velvet,
Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah,
You
that's how
like it down
far
there?
I am.
You like it down there?
Yeah, yeah, it's more spacious, and I'm a countryman. I like the country
Country.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and then again, the job that I got here, I don't think I could get it in New York. And New York coming like Kingston, Jamaica,
Yeah.
It's the same downtown thing. Yeah, see, so.
Oh boy, I tell you. So, have you tried any coaching since you went overseas?
Well, I've been offered, but time consuming.
Oh, okay.
Some people mentioning Lincoln University to me, and but those jobs are pressure job, and the job that I'm working as a CEO, as a correctional officer now, so it kind of consume a lot of time,
Okay.
Yeah, man. But
So, as a correction officer, did you have
yes,
any
sir.
interest of that in that career while you were in Jamaica?
No.
How did you get into that profession?
Very good question, man. I'm telling you, I have a friend, an African friend guy. He's a supervisor at a factory,
Mm-hmm.
and then I told him that I want a job, so I want to leave the hospital. I was at a mental hospital, and I said I want a job, and then I must come out there and do an interview, So I went up there, and the guy that took me is like, when we went to turn to go back where you're coming from, I saw this sign mark, we are hiring now. So I said, let me drive go down, let me go down there and see what this thing is. So the same day I went there, they say, hey, come do an interview.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who interviewed me, it's like he realized that I was a soccer coach, and him say it's actually the same concept, because it's like the prison is just like having a set of guys on the dam, where all those qualities and characteristics you have to really to be
possess.
a good CEO. You have to have those, and I think that's where I am now, Yeah,
Cool.
man. I think
So
that's where I am.
you know don't look a soccer in the prison with them, or
Well,
like football, the basketball thing.
yeah, and then like the thing where them fling some little something we are sailing at the year. It's a different culture, That culture different.
Oh, that man.
Velvet. I think something they're flinging out here.
Then little thing I don't know what kind of game some do with them go and sail and just a sail at the year and them. I say, hey man. So me talk to the major, about the soccer thing, and him say I'm going to look into it, but I know that going to come with a lot of responsibility, and I can't take that,
Yeah.
Interesting, man. A very interesting pathway. So now we know
Yeah.
that you're there.
But the coaching helped me so much in that job. It's like
Yeah, I can understand.
the man management aspect of it. They
The
love me, man.
patience.
These offenders love me, man. They
I
just,
understand.
hey, they just love me, bro. I just have
So
that
let
thing
me
about me.
talking about that, because the more you talk about these things, so the thing are the interest coming.
Yeah.
In those institutions, that institution that you were, what's the ratio as it relates to colored versus what?
Well, I think more white people is there.
More white
We
people.
have more white.
Do you find a lot
But
of racist sort of system in there?
yes,
With
it's
these,
very racist. This state is the last state slavery ending, man. This is the
okay.
last state that ends slavery,
That's why I name
Missouri,
Missouri.
Missouri is a
Missouri.
Yeah, man.
white state, Saudi.
Yeah, man. This is the last
Yeah.
state slavery end,
Yeah,
man.
but I know, I'm just talking about the prison per se because I'm getting at something else.
But
Yes.
what really surprised me, what catch my eyes, there's a level of unity in prison that you'll be shocked at.
Wow. Wow.
Can you have some housing so we that contain 3-4 wings, 4 wings, A, B, C,
Hmm.
and D, and they have programs that these guys are so organized, man. They have their ITC program going on You'd be surprised, man.
Wow,
When
interesting.
you see
Lot of
these
opportunity
guys,
in there, eh?
yeah, when you see these guys right on the chalkboard, bro, you just know that these people just make bad choices. So where most people get it wrong now, they come in it now and acting like they are police. But
Oh,
you're a
that
correctional
way.
officer. You're a correctional officer, you're not a police. Yeah, so most people get the wrong idea. The aim and objective is wrong,
Yes.
Their approach,
Right.
to things is wrong, man.
Why I must big up again. I never know this I show that get so much information tonight. We don't reach halfway yet. We don't know if we can manage this show tonight, but all
Yeah,
right. So
man,
we're
it's
moving over.
really,
Sally, when you're
it's,
ready, you can continue, but I want to move over now to Bussy. So Bussy, what propelled you to go into the army?
All right. So the thing that propels me to go into the army now. So after I played the under 17 World Cup, played the under 20 World Cup, move up to under 23. But before that, I get selected for the senior team at age 15.
That
Yeah?
we can go so.
Yeah, man.
After all of them, big man.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Sardine, from my father.
Me no want to lie here, tell me I'm glad say nothing can go so.
So me get selected at age 15. All right. If you notice, we are number 13, right?
Yes. I
So
was
we are number
coming to that.
13 we are number 13 for two reasons. One, I got first selected for any national team at age 13. I know Aaron Lawrence was my role model as a goalkeeper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hence the reason for number 13. But I got selected for the senior team at age 15, first time. Right? So when I move up the rank and at 2023, I got injured. I got injured playing for Rivoli. Because the first time Rivoli come up, they leave Hazard. Can we go Hazard at age 15? Yeah? So we go Hazard with Linval Dixon and Claude Davis and Gaddafi and them Styler Banks and them man.
Yeah.
Young youth. Yeah, me and Franco used to dep on the VW going at even time and Darrell Brown and Errol Wilkie them, So it's so up now that's playing for Rivoli in the Premier League. We are playing Seba. I may have a miss up. So they make a twist and tear the meniscus on my knee. Right? 22nd October 2002. Yeah, that now go remote on my head. That now go remote on my head. Yeah, so Cargill and Carl Brown as a coach at the 23 at the time, and we go Miami a camp out to prepare for the final leg of the under 23 thing. So when we there Miami now, the foot keep on a swell up. Yeah, go down, draw some fluid out of it, keep on a swell up. So till we go do an MRI scan and them say the meniscus tear. So a showers of blessing, I mean like me a ball like baby. Cause this is Mexico now, Cause remember, me I come from under 17, we have success, under 20. Failing the under 20 after that, can play 220. So I fail the second time. 18 that way out of Harborview. And then now I move on to under 23 now, which me feel like me are the missing puzzle in the team there. Yeah? So if you know say I go do a surgery this year now, it threw me off. So after I do the surgery, I do the surgery, the same year, 22nd of March.
Where did it?
Up at UA. When I do it the 22nd of March. One little man bend my foot the following morning. He was supposed to put on a brace for my foot. But he bend my foot I show me the exercise, but I don't know where him I don't know where me that do. But him bend my foot. And then him put on the brace. The brace are two metal thing to the side, and the strap go right up to my thigh and to my ankle. So I go home now. I feel some real pain. I say, no man. I get some Voltaren and I take almost a whole of the Voltaren them. And I still the pain not ease up. So Miss Roberts, Denise Roberts at the time, the reggae boys physio, she call her and say, Mom, this no feel good. And she said, all right. Come to me tomorrow and let me and we discuss and talk about it. And I go back to her now. She said, all right, Allien, talk me through what you remember. And I tell her, I say, the morning after I remember the doctor come, Dr. Rose, Richard Rose, him come through and him check with, the surgery go and say him come check on him patient him next morning. And this second man now, if you put on the brace, him come and him show me the exercises. One him say, if you raise my foot in order for build, lie down on back, raise my leg in order for build back the thigh muscle. So I say, no man, me can't do that. And him said, do it, man. Is there the anesthetic still on my body? When me do it, it come like the thigh left a ground. To all the, like a weight,
Yes.
Pain.
Heavy.
And I said, no, man. Then him put one pillar under my thigh, and him have my knee, him have me flex my foot like this from knee down. But when me go home now, I think of it, and Miss Denise say, all right, talk me through. I said to myself, so then, if the brace step on my foot, to keep it straight, how him bend my foot? And Miss Denise said, Allien, the man pop up back your foot, Miss Denise said, the man pop out back your foot. I may end up do about this 27th. I think a March. Right? And it take a longer while to heal. So fast forward a bit, start do about my therapy and thing. There was only one person who gave me a phone call from the JFF at the time. And it was Paul Campbell. JFF paid for the surgery, which was $110,000.
Okay.
They paid for the surgery, but no one from the JFF called me, apart from Paul Campbell. Paul Campbell used to ensure that I go to Mr. Ming supermarket and get $10,000 worth of grocery so that they can take the medication. Right?
Yes.
So, buckle out the thing and lie down on my back and I say, all right, this is it. This is the situation that Miss Goldburn, Miss Nicholson at Mapen Primary, Mr. Wright at Mapen Primary was saying, what are you going to do if you should get an injury?
But
so I said to myself, this is the crossroad. Right? No, my guiding philosophy is behind every dark cloud is a silver lining. So I was searching for the silver lining.
How long the search took you?
This search not take me long, because as me say, me have a spiritual set of parents. Yeah? My mother and my father have similar characteristics, people person and them loving and them do good. So good, I go follow them pick me. You understand what I say?
True.
So me need to worry about the bad part. Me I wonder now what is the silver lining. So me look into all of this and me say, all right, what you know? I remember Dana Van Ricketts saying to me one time that me need to try go like GC faster one of them school. Because after under 23, it's going to become more challenging to break into a national team because the pool become wider.
True.
So I sit and I look into it and I was out for like 1 year. 1 year. At the time, in the Harry Valley, I stopped get pay. Stop get pay and go through medical time and do my thing. I used to stay up at the reggae boys' house in order for go physio.
Yeah.
So when we get back better now. Me leave village. Me leave River League Village. When me go village, me tell the boss, all right, here I go. Me play for 25,000 a month. Me have a all sports deal at the time, boots and gloves. So me say, all right, me will take care of my own boots and gloves. I think him say a player did come there and the player, the player never injured him start it out and then me leave go another club. So I say no, I'm not at a chance. When me reach 100%, me get to me ask. So. By the time the season it done, sorry, about 5,000 much me a month me I get. So me say start the next season now. Start the next season now and I say, all right. There was this youth named Kirk Hendricks. Yeah man, Kirk, big up yourself. I said to Kirk, every time we got sons down at Mobile, time Dr. Dean Redall coach the team. I say, Kirk, I want to go up so you know. Because you know Kirk that soldier. 3JR, reserve.
Yeah.
And him depend, you know, serious man. So I say, yeah man, Kirk, I want to go up so man. So remember one morning we got Mobile, we got Dump Up Beach and Mobile, we had the sons. And I say, Kirk, serious, you know, man. And him say, all right, hold on. And him call Tapper Whitmore brother. With that Captain JDF at the time, I used to Omar Shaw. So him call Shaw now. Shaw put him on to, you might know Major Edwards where used to play for JDF.
Yeah, I know him.
That man weigh nothing but 10. Everything appear 10, the man here. And Major Edwards put me on to Major Matthews now, we take over from him from the football team. And him say, all right, you know, so we have a test, like they would say we have a test tomorrow. Make him come. That time test gone already, you know. But you know, sometimes at some tests go on like some special situation and I catch that.
One link. Yeah, man. The link they always start.
So me catch that. So it was like some people will never get to do the test, they might try to feel a certain void. You understand?
Yeah.
So me end up in another batch there. And Kirk Hendricks send me up on a mobile vehicle where I got mobile vehicle to 3JR vehicle where I got town. So I saw me end up going to do the test you know. See? And from the test now, them call and say, all right, you're good to go. Next thing now, medical. Sorry. I couldn't find my fear to go to Kingston. Not even as much as the fear to go to Kingston. I want bridging me have with the end of the army at the time named Barn. Barn the buck up and Barn, give me 5 bills and me go in, do my medical. At this time I was a national player and a Premier League player.
Can't find a $500.
All right. So that man give me the fear and me go in and me go do the medical and the man them say me have a feeling for do. 2 feeling for do. When we go check out the dentist, them and me pen. It costly. And me I say, all right, how me I go do this now? Me call Dr. Dean Wedderly. And me say, Doc, you know, so me have 2, if you go up a camp, there me have 2 teeth to fill. And doctor say, link me, man. No, it was easier if you go Mobile than to find the money. If you go fill the teeth. I'm good on now, Dr. Dean Wedderly now go so bam and fill the teeth them and go back up a camp and check back me get check and do the final thing. And me go up until that point, every time I return back to village training and back to village training. Right? So we play Waterhouse like the Sunday. The Sunday before 11th of January, right?
Right. It's really some serious date, you know.
And it's a 2006 now. So when I play Waterhouse, it was one of the longest 90 minutes me ever have in my life. And what make it most interesting is that it was a 5 o'clock game and it goes into the light.
Yeah.
Into the night, so it go in the light. So the game look extra long. Now imagine you have Kevin Lemire come off of the field. You have who else? Capo, Damian Williams and them man there. And then you have Richard West come and Damian Powell and them man there. And a Pierre Carnwall youth me I play with. A 5 we get the even, you know.
Man.
5. I may actually save a penalty. No, I not save it. Damian Powell miss a penalty, so we really and truly should get more. Yeah? But at this time, I not tell village man them my plan. I just one man know my plan. Two, Kirk Hendricks and Elvis Hart. Yeah? And the youth named Mark Williams Chingum because I used to carry guard training and them thing there. They can drive. So me play the match on Sunday, and then the following week me there at Newcastle. Me not tell nobody where me I go. I me not tell not even my mother me never tell. Because maybe if me tell my mother, she'd tell me say, you know me I go start the filing. You understand? And when me tell my father say me I go, him say, where I go, me go do know why you're best keeper in the country. So me overrule him. In a good way.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah.
That's the second time you overrule your father.
Yeah. So when me go now one thing and me do that and me do up there and me basically become it load up in that train now because there was an article in the Star with a picture of me where say army bound. Whittiker quit football to go to join the military. And there was a little man, a elder in the army, I said to me, say, you make sure say you pass out. That I make sure you graduate. And I say, why, sir? And I say, when you graduate, me tell you. And after me graduate, him say, you see the thing where you come up here with, the credential where you come up here with, if you not graduate, it will look bad for you. So that was his advice and motivation to me. I say, make sure say you graduate. And me graduate and thing and me have an illustrious army career. Serving a Coast Guard for 15 years. I me leave as a sergeant.
Never know what they say, man.
Yeah, but the thing about Coast Guard soldiers, and me have to big up my intake 95. Yeah?
95. Okay.
Yeah, my intake 95, man. January 8, 2006, we enlisted. Yeah.
So you never know, was it, I guess, you never know a car probably Whittick then?
Yeah, I think I didn't know Whittick, man.
Okay.
I think I didn't know Whittick. I think Whittick either one of the regiment, them are SSB. No, engineer regiment, I think him come from.
Engineering regiment.
Yeah, I think an engineer regiment, Whittick come from.
Okay. Because before engineering, you used to recruit it. But anyway, so in the army, what I couldn't understand with you, Bussy, I'm not saying you didn't, but I can't remember you playing for JDF.
No,
I saw you playing for different. Well, I know, man, just listen to me. I say, and correct me when you're wrong. I remember I see you play for different clubs as a soldier. What happened? How? What? I can't understand. How
right.
that works?
So, here what happened now, son. My parents teach me common sense. Right?
Yes.
And being street smart. Now, when I go army, I play about 6 seasons for JDF. I think the first season, me did it. At one stage, I was a leading goal scorer for JDF with 4 goals.
Hold on, take your time. Which competition?
Cassava Super League.
Okay.
At time when I start playing Rudolph Speed, I play a sweep of a Cavalier.
I used to bust up him salad and
no, man, they always beat man. They beat it. We get all 7 from them. We get all 7 from them too. I shoot.
You know, man.
You have to change the name I shoot to the truth or something like that. I shoot. Remember one time we get 7 from them, that time they have some talent, Adlam and them youth, that 7 we get to back camp. Yeah? So I play the year when Sporting Central go Premier League. Police National win the league.
Yes.
And Police National beat it by almost 1 point. Yeah? So as we go along now, I play for JD about 5 seasons. So till there was a situation where some youth, I think we that play Allien Woodford.
So hold on this. So none of those 5 years you were in the Premier League?
No, at Super League.
Okay.
The best run we had apart from the year when the year they was supposed to be our year. We went to we played Allien Woodford. I think was in my 5th year. And an incident took place where some fight going after the game.
Between among the soldiers?
Soldiers and the Almanhood for the youth, them, and I think one of the youth get a lick and him get some injuries, and it's like the JDF take them stance. I know JDF hype and discipline and protecting their name and credentials, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at the time, Kassafa, I think Mr. Speed was the president for Kassafa, and they said JDF Field was on some probation. And the colonel was saying, how can the safest place in the country be unsafe to play? So they withdrew us from the competition. At
But
that
we can
time,
understand that. We can understand the unsafe, because we beat up the man up then.
no, it's not like that, man. I think
Okay.
one of the youth for Alman Woodford get carried away. Because it's after the game him start Africa.
Okay.
So it was a case now where the colonel withdrew away. At that point, we play Arnett Garden down a jungle in the first leg of the Jackie Bell quarterfinal and beat them 1-0. And then now, them if you come in a camp the following week, right? So after we get withdrawn from the competition, I went to the chief of defense staff at that time, Major General Anthony Anderson, and I spoke to him and I said, former national player, I would like to, I think I still stand a chance of going back in the national team, etc., etc. And I would like to play for my community team. Because I said at the end of the day, I'll have to return to my community. When the army reject you, you're going back to your community.
Yes.
And he said, okay, I'll think about it. 2-2s, I got a call and said that he said it's okay. So that's when Sporting Central came calling, asking for a goalkeeper coach. Mr. Mullins called me and asked me if say Sporting need a goalkeeper coach. And I said, Mr. Mullins, I want to play some football. What kind of goalkeeper coach thing at that? Yeah, that's how I ended up at Sporting. So what I did then and there now is open the doors for other soldiers to can play out the road.
Okay.
Because I set a standard. For example, if you watch me when the national anthem I play, yeah, firmly at attention. Once me in the military, I represent the JDF. Me never forget to me a part of the JDF.
Yes.
So I carry myself in a militant mood at all times. So I represent the JDF wherever I go. Yeah? I'm playing for JDF. I get called up for the national team and Bora come here. You remember that team where Bora take to China?
Yes.
Yeah, me and the next soldier youth near Redwood, Andre Redwood. 2 of us get selected from that JDF team.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I started to play outside at JDF. So when I played for Sporting Central now, I offered my service to the JDF as a coach for the team. Where it was me, Dennison, and Mark Miller. I don't remember if you remember Mark Miller from Harborview.
Yeah, man.
Blacker Miller.
Yeah.
Me and Blacker Miller and another coach named Dennison did their own thing, and we have another staff sergeant named Nelson that are Gringo and Chana. So them man, they are backup staff. Yeah, so it used to work. So meanwhile, I play Premier League now, become help prepare the team and we deal with what we deal with. Yeah, so we went back into the major league after the after the withdrawal. And then we move back up to the Super League. We lose this final from get 1-0 from Central Kingston. Yeah, so it was that back and forth. Then I moved from Sporting to Allien. But at the time when I was playing for Allien, I was coaching the JDF myself and Miller, so I could set my training so I can go Allien training and still make it to Kingston for JDF training.
So, all right. So, out of the army, not as a soldier, but as a player.
Mm-hmm.
So, you had played for almost every team in Clarendon.
Sporting Allien, yeah.
Sporting
and I coached 1 year at Veer.
At Veer United.
Yeah, there when then Dookie was there. I was Dookie assistant.
Okay. So you work with 3 teams. And you were part of Hazard in the early days.
Yeah, I went to Hazard from Kleinland while I was at Kleinland College.
Okay. Now, one of the things that I want to find out as it relates to your career.
Mm-hmm.
After playing, you decided some coaching. But prior to that in the army, though, did you at any time at all found it difficult to train as much as you want to or to play as hard as you want to based on the injury that you had sustained?
No.
So it was a well done surgery.
Yeah, because guess what happened now? I can't remember. Coincidentally, you know, when I went to the JDF, the first season I played for the JDF, I can't remember the coach telling me I trained too hard.
He knew you was injured.
Yeah, because I fully recovered from my injury. Because what you find, say, my foot becomes stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the constant weights when I lift on my foot. So the constant strength work, it make my foot become stronger.
Yes.
So even though people see me and say, oh, you kick the ball so hard. Everywhere I go, people say, oh, you kick the ball like that. But then again, as I say, I was home trained. Yeah. So from being a toddler growing up, my father normally teach you how to kick the ball, how to set the foot, how for this, how for that. Yeah. So we were home trained. So once you get that technique there, it not gonna leave you so much. It not gonna leave you. Yeah, once you master it, not gonna leave you. So with the injury now, I train harder because I start that gym, which I never used to believe in at the gym thing. Even as a national player, I don't normally like the gym. Yeah, so
never like it at all.
the gym basically enhance the kicking. Yeah, but separate and apart, so I have a good technique, but it enhance the kicking. Yeah, so it hold me back, the injury hold me back, but it never hamper me in terms of training the way I want to train. Because I hit back top form basically after the injury.
All right. You know, we've done 2 hours now on this show, and I think we have to have a part 2. But before you go, you can't let it go like this. So I'm going back to big man Velvet. Velvet, the direction to which the national team is now. We're on a platform. I don't know how much you're following. I know you're busy and so on. But I know you must be following someone with the national program. Are you satisfied with the direction to which, one, the development of Jamaican football, and 2, to the national program and the direction to which it goes?
Well, me and Allien discuss this thing all the while, you know. You see, one of the biggest problems we have at the national level is that those who are in charge were not students of the game. Therefore, they don't have an idea or any, seems to me, or any plan of action.
And you say, when you say those who are in charge, you're talking about President Ricketts and his executive.
President Ricketts don't have a clue what's happening, man. The man, he wasn't a student of the game. The man, they are friends of the game.
Okay.
Them used to come around the 1980 VA team and back, have him around, just have him around. But the direction in which the football is going, it's not good for the youth. What are you saying to a guy who play Premier League? The thing boils down to a corrigo thing, a pickup thing, where you pick up some man and you know it's like an invitational team. Rene used to do that. I think they killed Rene philosophy. They didn't continue that trend. Rene used to use overseas based players, but they were limited, and you inject them. Don't flood the market with them. They have to be a core of players that you're working with, and it's not happening. And it's all because those who are in charge were not students of the game. They don't know step 1, step 2. They don't know. Development died. From Mr. Green died, development died in Jamaica.
So you're saying it's
No,
only Mr. Green alone is to the development in our country?
at a particular level
Yes.
and with the level of consistency to produce so many national players. These things are not there. We just want to win.
So you're
For example,
yeah, go
hello?
on. Continue.
You see, until this government start to invest in sports, especially football. For example, let me tell you something. Every end at the end of every Dakar Cup and Manning Cup, you should have at least 40 players, 40 of the best players, and keep them together. Keep them together. If you're not doing that, you're not gonna be successful. Because you can pick up someone who just come together for 3 weeks. You're not gonna beat a system.
True.
A team that is systematically coached. You're not gonna win, man. Because these Panamas and all these countries, they have a set of guys from under 17, under 14. And those are the guys that make the progression to the top. So you're not gonna pick up a set of people and beat these people. It's not gonna work. And until these people come to the realization, the football will always be where it is. Development dies.
So saying that to say, Velvet, I'm looking back now at what you said, and Forrest would have echoed your sentiments to say that you couldn't have said it any better as it relates to the lack of ideas from those in charge. That's what Forrest concur with what you're saying. But am I to understand that you can't be good if you're not a student of the game? Because all of us can learn if we want to learn. Because they are researched. There's so many things that can make us better at anything if we want to do. So the direction now.
The direction the football is going, that's what I'm saying. It's not right, man. It's not good for players, for young players with aspirations. It's not good. And those who were not student of the game, they don't know the channels. All right. From what I'm observing, is when they reach in office, they start to plan. That's my take on the thing. Because if you go in a thing with a plan, I personally feel your first sign should be your developmental program.
Development plan.
You have to have a development plan.
And sorry, can I butt in a bit there?
Yes, man, you can. Have me a question I come up. But
I can remember I was asked by Simon Kraskill one time, what was the difference between the then and the now in the Premier League? And I currently I like the standard of the Premier League currently, yeah?
Yes.
Because in mid-table there's a battle, at the bottom there's a battle, at the top there's a battle. So I like the competitiveness of the so each section of the Premier League table have its own battle. Yes. Yeah? So this is what I'm saying. I was asked by Simon Kraskill some years ago, what is the difference between the Premier League now and then? One of my answer was, some of the coaches are taking away the spotlight. That's one. Two, and I'm not trying to bash nobody, I'm just talking as I see it. You see, in the 1998 era,
yes.
You see the fact that it was majority local based players, and Coach Simons used to go around and observe and pick. For example, him pick a Pepe Goodis note, I think Major League, which is unheard of. Because everybody knows that them stand a chance to be selected.
The standard
it go and raise the level. But the fact said that there's this influx. Sorry, I can't keep track with what's going on. Every day I see a different man from the field. I don't know. and I'm not saying
and as you mentioned that there's other intentions. There are intentions to get other players.
3 more players. And it's not that they're not good, but since 98 we are trying to find a squad. With every coach that come, they change up the squad. So that, all right, look on a player like Lamar Walker, for example, Nicky Daly. These players should have been further than where they are, you know.
But you think it's that some of those names that you call, you know, maybe it's an individual problem. I'm just saying.
Maybe it's an individual problem, but again, no, sorry. Does a house by itself mean anything?
Maybe not.
You have to go into the house and make it a home. So these youths have the talent, but if they don't know, they don't know. And as Coach Wendell Donzelwood said, you can't buy experience at the corner store. So are you going to the same thing my father does say, you know, carry the best 40 or the best 20 youth them together and keep them together.
And you know the big thing, you know, when you talk about these things, there are two things you want here. Funding and resources.
But that's where the government would comes in.
So the plan is important. The plan is very important.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Jamaica have one problem. Apart from the development, we have one problem. So we have one of the biggest coach developer in Jamaica. Clarendon have two of the best developer in football in Jamaica, you know. And I meant this with no apology. Coach Sammy and Garfield Robinson. There's none like them.
All right. Well, let's speak because that will have to come to another show. And I'm going to tell you why. But this was the question I asked for you. Remember, you know, because this is part one. It's too good to finish this show in part one. So part one. You're part of the question. I have seen you representing Jamaica 2 Youth World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, we're finding it very difficult to find ourselves back in our World Cup, more so the Youth World Cup. What's going wrong as it relates to our youth programs? Why we can't make it? We have just missed out by the skin of our teeth in the other 17 qualifier the other day.
Hey, just give me a minute. Let me answer that question.
Just sure you want to take it out?
Yeah,
I don't want to take on everything, but in a nutshell, because this question was for Julia.
Allien, yeah. It come back to the student of the game.
Mm-hmm.
The coaches, most of these coaches don't play football. Take for instance, the assistant coach for the national team.
Mm.
If you give that man a ball and say juggle to 5, he cannot do it.
But you have to be careful of what you say that part, you know.
I'm telling you.
I understand what you're saying, but
yeah,
what level did Rene Simoes play football?
Rene Simoes, he played at some level, you know. He played at level, man. He played at level.
He never played any recognized level football.
Sorry.
I think he played at level, man.
All right, let me hear. I just want to know because I've heard something. But yes, Bussy. What level did Rene play football?
I'm going to tell you why Coach Simoes had success the first time around.
No, man. You can tell me.
No, listen to me. We don't even been playing. Jamaicans have a thing where if you're in a white or if you're in a blue-eyed, you can't get the best out of us. So
and
what Simoes came with now is the status. He's from Brazil. Once we hear Brazil, he must be good at football. Yeah? Mm-hmm. He must be good at football, even if he's not good.
So anybody you carry come would get that level of support.
Good. All right? So Coach Simoes came and Coach Simoes got the support that a Carbion wouldn't get. What's his name? Umpire Steve Buckner. Mm-hmm. Big coaches them here. Them couldn't get. But at the same time, Coach Simoes didn't come here and bring nothing but so-called professionalism that they
And
say we were
structure,
lack of.
organization, and
And
structure.
because everybody was willing to listen to Coach Simoes because he's from Brazil, one, and he has blue eye, and he's white, so to speak. So he came here as a so-called messiah. And if you check what Carl Brown was doing, might have not been not much different from what Coach Simoes is doing, you know. Did you know?
No, but the team that Simoes got, Carl Brown developed that team.
Good. But Carl Brown never get the support that Coach Simoes got.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
It is oranges and grape to some level.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we know that Simoes came and he got the support that nobody else, no other coach prior to that would have gotten half of that support. Again, you made reference to where he's coming from, and I can understand. Anybody coming from Brazil as a coach at that time, because we are now exposed that we can't really just take any Brazilian come here, you know.
All right.
Good, we expose ourselves, and thank God Simoes would have showed us those. The thing that I've mentioned, and I still want to do some checks, and that's why I said that we still have to be careful of how we talk about the coaches who have never played. Good, and I can understand. And I have seen coaches who have never played the game and have done well in that regard, maybe not at the international level. But saying that to say, as I mentioned, just like the person you say who are not the student of the game, if you want to learn, nothing can stop you from learning. And if you're projected to do well, you should do well.
Let me give you an idea of what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Demonstration.
Yes.
Demonstration. You know how important that is in coaching?
Yes, it is.
And most of these guys can demonstrate. First, secondly, the game improvisation, the game vision, the visionary aspect of the game has died. Because people, all right, for example, I come to your team and I see a guy, I like him dribble, and he impressed me. I invited him to my team now. Get the necessary thing and get him to my team. When he come to my team, I don't want him dribbling now. Because that philosophy.
I will send the link. in our chat.
No,
all right, hold on a second. We have a call on the line. Yes, Carlton, coming out of England, want to sleep. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. What may I say to the Virgin? There, the difference with me, the difference with Carl Brown and Simoes, don't have to understand. When your father might tell you, and he's an ex-soldier too, so I said to you now, my brother, the youth now, Carl Brown only would, if Simoes never come, and Carl Brown would never have the knowledge to do anything, because Carl Brown just want to full up a team. If you come from country, you can't make Jamaica team them times. And Carl Brown have it first time. Pure boy stone man, I make it team. Father can't tell you that. The see man, he send home some good player. Back in the day, I said to him, when I best play, I say, play ball of Jamaica, I play the guy named Richard Lee, captain to the side. And Carl Brown now would have been vigilant. If you know what I say, Pepe Goodison, you would have a Pepe Goodison. You would never have a Ricardo Gardner if Simoes never come, because those men would never see Jamaica team. And a Carl Brown. Your father can tell you, those time, brother.
The scope of the wider, man. You have to wider the scope.
If you boy stone, you cannot make Jamaica team.
The scope, you have to widen the scope.
But Soldier,
okay. I hear you.
If I may add, yeah, I just use Carl Brown as a reference, you know. And I know you're going to be more specific, but I just use Carl Brown as a reference, which was the reference. The comparison was between Carl Brown and Simoes because he was the one at the time. But as my elder said, the team that was there was basically orchestrated by Carl Brown, you know.
Yeah, but
Yeah. The team that was there was so Simoes inherited that team that Carl Brown put together now and to spice it up.
Yeah, and what you must understand, he didn't flood the market. He didn't destroy the chemistry. He just, you notice, it's only about 3 English players basically playing that team, man.
Again, when Simoes came here and with that team, he had time.
Yeah. All right.
Remember Simoes had time.
And he got a team that just won the Shell Cup.
All right. Again, no, sorry. Look on this now,
He
sorry.
had time. All right. So thank you very much, Carlton. You can continue listening as we move. All right. Respect.
All right.
Man. Well done.
So sorry. The question basically is we can go back at that thing there, right? But then it boils down to chemistry again.
Yeah, man, which is true.
Because
the chop and change thing is my problem.
Sorry, when
And that is what this team is lacking. That's what this current Jamaican team is lacking. Chemistry.
Sorry, when you look at our team, when you look at our national team, you know, there's very few in the region we can compare with the on paper, you know.
I agree with you too.
But then no, as we say, sorry, you know, the chemistry. If you have a team that's come together 2 days, 3 days before a game, yeah, and every team when you call up have at least 2 new players in it. You're not going to develop that chemistry there, you know.
All right, Bussy, as we say, part 2 coming up, but I want to answer. You gone to World Cup. What you think is the problem why we can't reach back another Youth World Cup?
Because
we just discuss it, sorry.
I want your Bussy's point now.
Jamaica don't have a system in place to develop players and to move the players from point A to point B. We're trying to do some ready-made thing. A tournament come up, we hear from it from this year and next year at the tournament, and we are trying to prepare the team 2 months before or a month before. You did not go and develop. My team take about 2 years for developing.
And
my under 17 team, Walter Gama.
Okay.
Walter Gama live with the team. Walter Gama, Jackie Walters, and Dean Wenelly. Those were the coaches. And you have one man named Wright Thomas. Him do the folk song business. He was a physical trainer. The man, everywhere we go, the man run with me. Him run with me. And we live in a camp. Me used to go, when I tell me I got Hillel, when I tell me I got Woolmans, because the countryman them is going to town and them would have played them, go to school. So if you got technical school, you got KT, you used to branch off at JC, and we used to go to school at town. We never used to see home. We never used to see home. So if we build a band, so when they're on the field, and then now we used to in a camp with some of the senior man them. So like me now, Yeran Lawrence being my role model. Remember youth named Shane Stevens. Him would have come like a twin brother to Pepe Goodison because he mirror everything what Pepe do. And we have role models just at our feet.
All right. So I want to leave you with this now. And because we have to come to part 2. I keep saying it, but it's the reality for both of you.
I'm sorry. Let me say something before you.
Yeah, man. All right.
You see what Chung for you see what Rennie asked for. Is Chung for asking for that, you know?
It was Chung for Jamaican.
Yeah, man, Winston Chung, man.
Was he a Jamaican?
All right. Yeah, he was a Jamaican. Listen to me, you know.
Okay.
Listen to me now, sir. You think better football was playing then or no?
You know, we don't want to get into that one tonight.
You know what any Winston Chung get what he asked for. Those Lenny Hyde and those Den and those O'Neal Russell. We would reach that World Cup long time.
Again, too, I'm not sure if we used to compare that era with our Mexico and the US at the time. Not sure. Just saying. because we don't think we had that. What do they say now? The information on those teams. We never have that technology to bring those teams close, so we could see what they make out of. Like no,
All
we could
right.
have used that comparison.
Did you know that Klein College 77 team beat Cuba national under 19 team?
It wasn't Cuba national under 19 team.
Under 20.
No, it wasn't a national team.
It was a national team.
No.
All right. That team wasn't an easy team, you know. And those were the set of guys that represent Cuba in the qualifying, you know.
No, and I'm saying to you, you may look at it and say many of those players went on to represent Cuba, but at the time they played, it wasn't the national junior team.
The next point
I got that information, you know, but I got it cleared up. Yes.
The next point I want to hit. What are you doing with coaches like Jackie Walters, Dean Weatherly? When you have an academy, you know, a coaching school, how can you not using these people?
It's a whole backlash story, and I'm sure if I would go for Jackie Walters and those guys, no. With
his level of achievement, you cannot count him out.
Right now, Jackie don't have the spirit they him have a few years ago when Whittiker talked about Jackie Walters. They're talking about personality. Personality has changed. Jackie Walters' personality has changed. It's not the same Jackie Walters we're talking about.
No, because of how he is treated.
No, man.
I think Jackie Walters I think he just made reference of Jackie Walters, you know. For example, a man like Jackie Walters.
No, man. You want Jackie Walters into it. You say it. You talk, and what I'm saying, you know, having that experience can help, you know. I'm not saying no. But if you look at what we have done, Jackie Walters has been coaching a few other schools since, you know, so putting away what you believe that he had sidelined in the national program, what he has been doing at the different schools have not given me per se anything to say that he can take on a national program prior to what he used to do.
No, that's not fine. A national program. In the schools, in the coaching schools. In the coaching school, you wouldn't give him a national program. It would be like more of an advisor in this coaching school.
Again, what I'm saying is that I'm not sure how much they pull on a Jackie Walters, but even the Dunswell is a part of the coaching school. He's our technical director. And I believe to some extent that this thing has gone past Dunswell too. We have to understand that, yes, Bussy, sometimes I know we leave it, you know, sometimes we leave, you know, because over time, the spirit and the strength does not remain with us throughout. And it takes a whole lot.
And that is true, you know, Sadi, but guess what happened now? No? You see, when you lost interest, when a man like Jackie Walters lost interest,
appetite again.
Yeah, because I had lost interest in Jamaican football. And it was mainly because of...
Oh, you're being cheated?
Yeah, because I have lost. Because I personally, I brought an application up to the JFF and I handed Mr. Wint, what is his name? Wint, the GenSec, the farmer GenSec. I handed him that letter that day. I walked from a park camp and I gave him that letter in the office of the JFF. 6 months after, I called back the gentleman and I said I didn't get a response. And he was like, they weren't hiring at the time. I can tell you that in my application, I mentioned nothing about money. Nothing whatsoever.
But again, so what did you apply for?
I applied to be the goalkeeper coach at whatever level is required of me, but I would rather to work with the U teams.
Okay.
And that again, that's what he said. And with all due respect to Loxtereid, at the time I saw Loxtereid came in at the same time that you say it was not hiring. But then I take a step back and I said, okay, maybe they are not hiring me.
Maybe that's it too.
Good. Then, when I came to America now, I got a call from Mr. Downswell. I got a call from the Clarendon Football Association president. president at the time? No, what's his name
No,
again, man?
he wasn't president at the time.
No, the guy, I don't remember what's his name, man. Tall, gray bearded, I don't remember his name. I always
The
had the games.
president. The
I don't
president.
think he's a president. No, he's not Scotty. He was always a part of the thing. And I got a call from Peart, Andrew Peart. Donzel said to me that I am one of the goalkeepers coach, the young goalkeeper coach that he was recommending to be a part of the program. And I said, Coach, likewise, when Peart called me and Peart said he'd like for me to be a part of the goalkeeping, have a coaching school and to acknowledge, render the goalkeeping part of the courses.
Yeah.
And I said, Peart, all along, my grandmother used to tell me, say, cow don't know the use of them tail till fly take it. This is the situation now when me there at Jamaica 30 years. I'm half of my service. And now when me gone, I tell me if you come back, come do coaching at Jamaica.
Would you have taken it up if you were here?
Of course.
Okay.
And note I said on my application, there was no mention of money.
But this is two different persons who you spoke about now or earlier. You talk about Wint, who I think did a poor job as Jensen then. But
Sadi.
Again, yes.
Sorry to cut you, Sadi.
Hey.
You know, I spoke to Mr. What's the current Jensen name?
You mean Sachong?
I spoke to Mr. Chung, and Mr. Chung have no clue who I am. Even when I was talking to Mr. Chung and I said Allien Whittiker and I named out all the accolades and all the things, Mr. Chung has no clue who he was talking
Mr. Chung is not a football administrator, sir.
Good. That's it. That's where one of the problems we are heading to. There comes a student of the game again.
Again, hold on. I have done some research on all this whole thing about students of the game thing. Because there are some countries who are doing well, who hold some positions who have never ever kicked a football. But because of their administrator capacity.
That's what Captain Burrell used. That's what Captain Burrell used. So, Captain Burrell used his skill that he garnered from the military.
Exactly.
Leadership skills.
So sometimes it's not just about the grassroots playing, or if you have header played before. So yes, and I understand the motive, you know. And I've seen where
I'm sorry, can I continue?
Would have helped you. 1 second, sir. I'll come into you. But the fact is, as it comes to the President Jensen, he knows nothing about football. And I make no qualms about it. Nothing at all about football.
But he knows the business aspect.
He's a businessman, an accountant. And even then, I have not seen it is helping the JFF either. I don't see it yet. So maybe things takes time for him to get that sorted out. So here we can bounce on a Jensen like that. But it's neither here nor there for me. I think Jamaican football just need a revisit. I think we need to get people to teach us how to manage. Because listen, nobody cut no quads. We are still the third world country in football. Yes, we are still trying to learn.
Let me tell you something, my brother. Let me tell you something. You see, until these people start to tackle the problem that we are discussing, development.
And I agree.
Wrong.
But development, and we can't have a good development program in Jamaica if the government is not on board. Whichever
that's what I'm saying, and that's what I say at the outset, you know.
So again, it gone past.
Have you ever wondered why the government or the portfolio, the office of the government that's responsible for sport is not so much into it?
Sometimes I try to figure it out, but also remember, running the government is like running a business. Yes,
I know.
They're running a business, and the business that they're looking at is for them to get returns. Which, when it comes to sport, I believe the business that you should run is to ensure that you give the youngsters a chance to develop.
Of course.
In something else. And don't look for that quote-unquote financial return. It's an investment of the youth, not an investment of money. And that's my take. I don't need the government to invest money in football. I want them to invest in the youth. And in that turn,
they are not interested in that aspect.
So I'm not sure at all. But let me pick up yourself, Joseph Ennis. I don't know this name, but thank you for joining. Talking about national side, I think the 94 team that didn't qualify for the World Cup was the best in our country.
Sorry.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
Ennis.
All right. Let me show you something. 98 alone, I won 8 titles.
Tell me that.
You know what I just say?
Yeah, 8 titles in 1998.
Yeah. To
3
include
schoolboy football.
And then I won a couple titles at Real Mona.
Real Mona?
Finally, Ken Matthews, knockout, etc. It sum up to about 8 titles for that. And it's just over that 1 year period. No, that goes to show the amount of football we were playing. No, I don't hear no mention of minor league. I don't hear no mention of Cassava doing them thing. Big up to Cassava.
Yeah.
I don't think Clarendon even have a youth competition at no level going on in Clarendon. I know Samba have the under 12 schoolboy league, and I don't know nothing else. Now when you look on it, Sadi, we used to play, when we have played the Crimson Dawn under 12 with Maypen Primary, used to have the North Clarendon have them own competition.
Yeah, man, I used to be a part of that.
Then the winner from down there, so come down here, so and then the race course man, then from down have Guinea the bit come play who the essential, you know. You know, long I don't hear Guinea the bit or one of them school name because I don't give you 14.
Again, this is what I am saying. So a wholesale, and that was never done and run by JFF.
Good. All right. Listen to the JFF president, and I have a regard to Mr. Ricketts. A lot of respect for Mr. Ricketts. So I'm at no way trying to downplay Mr. Ricketts or trying to say bad about Mr. Ricketts. I'm just saying what is there. I heard Mr. Ricketts one day saying that the JFF is not responsible for development of, it's a parish association. All right. So the parish association JFF comes under FIFA, right?
Yeah.
So JFF have to operate under the guidelines of FIFA. So FIFA basically dictate what JFF does in terms of they must have a league, they must have this, they must have this in place, they must have that in place. Good? Who does the parish association comes under? The JFF.
The question should be the JFF.
The JFF. No. Do you think the parish associations are going to do what they're supposed to do if the JFF don't put things in place for them to do?
In some instances, no.
If you say they must have a youth program, they must have a youth program, or else they are going to face some sanctions. A lot of people been calling for schoolboy football to be extended and very rubbish.
I don't buy that. And
rubbish because we're missing the point. That's the reason. That's one of the thing that we are getting. We're having so much field talent too, because the coaches, the managers, the principals, and everybody in the schoolboy football system, they let the youth them believe that the schoolboy football is a creme de la creme in the country.
Again, you see,
and they're spoiling the players at that level. So it's when them come to the Premier League now. It's when them come to the Premier League now, them feel like say them reach.
Do we have a coaches association in Jamaica?
So I heard.
Yes, they do.
They do?
Yes.
But maybe to me, I think there needs to be a level of unity.
Too much ego.
Yeah, too much, and all right, let's say we are planning to play a 4-4 in terms of systems. I think when we meet as coaches, we should discuss how we are going to use this.
Tapa Whitmore tried that one time and he was shunned. I think it was reported that only one coach turned up. I think the setup I wanted to discuss, for example, all the teams
to play
playing a
together, play try
particular
the same
system.
way.
I think it was Whitmore in his last thing, and he was shunned.
Let me say this though. We started on the premise that development is the important thing. But what is happening in our so-called creme de la creme, the youth football program, the schoolboy football program, the emphasis that is placed on winning, you cannot expect players to be developed the way we want. So schoolboy
Because too
football
much emphasis is placed on winning, man.
And I don't have a problem with that as schoolboy football because there's a quote unquote genre that we are saying schoolboy football is run by ISA and only so it is for the students to play competitive to win. That is what it is for. It never say for the development of the sport in schools.
No, it might be indirectly. That's an indirect thing.
And you can't tell me if you have my school and tell me, say, listen, you go develop your 22 boy them in the school boy. Because
this is what me say.
Well, I know, yeah, boss, you're going to kill me for that. Because you're going to tell me, say, I'm going to spend my own $20 million for the program. And you only want to develop. So what is it I'm getting? What is it? Because we don't have the time. That time that you need for development cannot be sustained, cannot be run, cannot manage schoolboy football.
You're not gonna enter to just because everything is development, irrespective of the direction you're heading or what you want or your desire. It's a developmental thing.
What we want for the national program.
Sorry, the national team, right?
Yes.
The national team, the JFF, right?
Yes.
Should be the one who take control of these things, but they are shunning their responsibilities.
They don't know to organize that. They don't know to do
the JFF to have a youth football program.
Right, that's the thing now, Sadi. Remember how much time let me say we win 98?
Just say 8.
Good. And out of that 8, I think 4 was schoolboy football. Because I think I win under 16 that's leading up to that same period. I think it was the earlier part. Yeah? But this is what I am saying now, Sadi. All right. So, ISA have 3 months for say. Right? What about the parish competitions that used to be run by the parishes? Clarendon versus St. Catherine versus Kassafa.
Yeah.
What about that tournament? The schools cannot tell it.
They are natural dead, sir.
I know, but what I said, Sadi, is the JFF supposed to ensure those competitions have been run?
And you are right. You are totally right. And that is important for us for development. It can be. All right.
We can't be developed. We can't be. Sorry, we cannot be relying on school. ISA playing their role.
Exactly.
Schoolboy football is like a PE advanced competition,
An extracurricular activity.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So
placing emphasis on discipline and winning.
Good. You understand me? I say? So the whole thing about it is this now, sorry. If ISA play for them role, so all right, accommodate them then with that 3 months. Say, what are we doing in the remainder of months?
Exactly. Now we have a professional league what we call now, right? The Premier League, right?
Mm-hmm.
And none of these clubs have a youth team in a competition.
Good. And there was an 20 competition.
Just a minute there. My idea is what comes to my mind.
Use that as it's the idea where you come with. I go ask you for part 1. Use that as your final thing. Give me the idea of what you want to see.
All right. I think there should be it need more competition. To me, for example, when after the schoolboy season, to keep these people in sight and together, we need to engage them in another football competition. To me, that's a way of keeping them together, especially if it's even a little
a minor competition just to embody all those people that you will be selecting.
Just like the
best
sports
of the
maps
best.
competition that was being held.
And I'm saying
The best of the best. And you have to find a way to keep them.
I shouldn't think we should say the schoolboys. Reason, even though they are schoolboys, but we can't brand them to a school to use that. Because you know what? As an administrator, I can't go to tell ministry, say, you know what, I may win the cup. And that is okay.
But the reason why we have to look that direction, you know, is because there isn't a developmental program.
No, but don't look into
the schoolboy football.
Don't use the schoolboy football pressure the powers that be to come.
No, but that's what it boils, Mr. Stadi. That's what it boils down to. We only can rely on that's the only little developmental thing you have going on.
You see, we have to buy into it because it's one of the most exciting football playing in our country.
Yeah, but Sadi, even if you look on our Premier League, how the Premier League has been run now, you know, something is wrong, you know. Something is wrong.
Many things wrong, man.
Because me even see Premier League games that play double header and the first one at 1:30. Not go send in a roll, Sadi.
And you can't play at night.
No, something no go so.
Why?
So what the simple says this, Sadi.
But EPL play mid what do you call it?
EPL is a different atmosphere, Sadi.
But some coaches complain about the early game.
Good, but at the same time, the EPL is played in a manner that almost every game is showed on TV. I went to watch Falkland and Portmore one day and Moby and Chapperton play after. And the game was like 1 o'clock Portmore play and the other match at 3 o'clock. That don't make no sense. Premier League.
And why is that so? Because we don't have no facilities, we don't have the lights.
Exactly. So what are the JFF? That's what I said. This all right.
Is it JFF?
The under 20, the Premier League under 20 competition, the Premier League under 20 competition. When they vamp that's one of the worst things they ever do. That is
a lot of people might say it shouldn't be.
Thing.
A lot of people might say it shouldn't be under 20, but at the same time, when I couldn't make when I couldn't start over Shansai as a hazard, right? I used to then at the under 20 goal I play.
You need that.
So
because Shansai was a national keeper, I was a national keeper. So the under 20 was my way of developing myself. So when Shansai has come out,
so the thing might not point directly to development, but in your
own, we're all saying the same thing. But
it's development
until we get that collaboration, JFF and the government as the wider stakeholders.
Yeah, have to get involved.
To get these things in play. Then
that's true.
All of what we are saying is just make no sense. Gentlemen, your final remarks for tonight's show for part 1. And you better tell me when you're ready for part 2.
Yeah, Allien will tell you. Allien will tell you.
It was a wonderful night. Let me start with the scene with it. Your final comments. Start to Jamaica. Start to the football fans, the music fan, whoever, whichever cap you want to wear.
I think we need to utilize the football knowledge in the country, the knowledges that we have in the country. We need to utilize them. Don't ignore them. Because it's pure businessmen I see running the football. They are not students of the game. They don't know what a footballer is feeling. They need to get these people involved. The legacy is bigger than 3, 4, 5 man. Use the experience that you have. Use the resources you have. Don't push them aside. That's my thing. I think Jackie Walters, the Dean Weather, this and that. The whole coaches, the best coach should be with the youth. Jackie Walters should be at the coaching academy. That's my take on the thing, man. You cannot push these people aside. We cannot ignore their achievement. The man is the first man took somebody to the World Cup, the under 17 team. So how you don't push him aside? Like, you cannot do that. So these people should be the head, the Dean Weatherly,
the Downswell, the Jackie Walter, the better coaches should be Doki. Those people should be at the academy coaching coaches. You can't have these people outside some little man who, I doubt if they are students of the game. They are just that level of intelligence. And then again, let me tell you something before I cut us started. You see this license thing, for coaches to get their license, there must be criteria that they have to meet.
Yes.
To me, you can't just take up a man to have a level of intelligence. Anybody with intelligence can discuss that kind of. But when it touch a certain level, you're out, man. You're gonna be John. You're lost.
Okay, sir. So that's another story. Thank you very much, Patrick. Velvet,
Yes, sir.
Whittiker, Allien.
My brother.
Allien.
My brother, man.
Boy, me call you every name in a Bussy. Talk to us.
Sorry.
Well, I'm looking for the part 2. I'm looking for the part 2, sir.
It's coming soon. So Devon say I must send him the invite when we're having the part 2. Big up yourself, Devon.
All right, sir.
Sorry. The thing about this thing is, yeah. So when I'm worried, I check in Tata Blocks, Johnson. Big up yourself.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Yeah, man. Me and them man they train together, you know.
All right, Mr. Ryan.
So yeah, man. Me send them a link, man. So you might go watch where I go.
Okay.
Yeah. They have at least one extra subscriber. What I said, one of the biggest concern me having with Jamaican football, and as me say, it's sad to say Tapa Whitmore, which is one of our local top coach, tried it and it never worked because of Tapa. And Tapa come from Jamaica, the Mobi, and
yeah.
You understand what I say? What I am saying, let's cut out the ego out of our football. Our coaches have too much ego. Too much ego. That's one, and everybody's shunning their responsibility, to include the JFF. They are shunning their responsibility. It's like a microwave football we are doing. Every time we are going to play, like we warm up the football. So we go overseas and get some player. Them even try to do the youth system too. They under 20 what they have. They under 20 what they are. Are they under 17? Which one of them failed the other day? 17
under
or
17. 17.
And look at the season that just finished.
It's a good team. The team that just failed is a good team, but they are missing something.
You know what they're missing? Who coach the team? And that's the reality, Sir Sardine. The coaches today breaking down the football to mechanical thing, telling people you must not come out of this line, you must stay in this zone. And so improvisation.
I would love to take you on that point, Velvet. But I love to take you on that point. Remember, we're going to leave part 2. But I forget that one day.
All right, you know where I'm going to stick you up? You know where I'm going to stick you up, Sadi?
Yes.
There's no specific shaping going forward, man. There's no specific shape. You start playing 4-4-2 and you end up in front of the goal in 3-5-2, 3-2-1-2.
No, I'm not fully.
So there's
I'm not a big fan of all those systems. It doesn't really matter to me because when you set up on the field, the movements of play is
all right. How many coaches can elaborate on this?
I don't buy into that thing, and I know where you're going, and I agree with you to that extent. But people, I'm telling you, trust me, Velvet and Bussy, I tell you, boy, trust me, I was looking forward for this show. You know, I had all day I was out there doing a cricket game. Very long day, that's why I came in so late. But trust me, nothing would have missed us this night to have this show. I believe that this was the first father and son, and it has to be part 1. You can imagine almost 3-1, it is part 1, we still have part 2 to go. But when we come back, we'll be looking forward to see how do we move. Yeah, man. How do we move Jamaican football? Because you have a lot to offer. I mean, we have to look to our roots. Yes, Velvet, you have done well in terms of developing a lot of youth. Yeah, you have put a lot of coaches out there on the map. Bussy, we can't talk. 2 Youth World Cup. That's a lot under your belt. Plus your
Sir Sardine, when we coach youth, it stay with them for life. Because we just don't only coach football. We coach
that's
life.
The important thing. That's the important thing.
Javan was my last player coach playing for Jamaica.
Okay. So big up on yourself again, man. Thank you very much for the night. And plus, this is your say. And I want to big up everybody in the chat, Travis, I know you're coming late. Big up yourself, Devon Porter, Ryan, blessings and Anna for the jump. And for those who come in for the first time, thanks for the support. Continue to support the Saturday Press Show. All right? We're getting bigger, we're getting better.
Yes, sir.
And have yourselves a wonderful blessings and Anna.
My respect, Rastafari.